And hello again everyone, and welcome. Today we shall be playing a bit of a special one. Mostly because I have been impressed with it for a while, I have had my eyes on it. Then I saw several of my friends' plans. Yes, plans. I can English, I promise you. This is a very good indicator of how this game will go, I guess. Because it's a visual novel for the most part. I say for the most part, it's literally a visual novel. But yeah, today it's all about story. And maybe a little bit about spoilers, teases, and how time passes. And a few more nuanced things. We shall see. However, the friend that did ultimately decide to play this and got me into wanting to play it on stream, full disclaimer, I have played it on my own, making the choices that the mortal me would make. Because I was curious about that. That's not what all of you are getting today. Today you are getting the immortal me playing it. So, there will be a few changes here and there. So, without any further ado, let us jump right in. The NOexistanceN of you and me. Also, I do believe I have to adjust the sound a bit. Give me a second. Okay, I think this is fine. I do believe this should take us to a brand new beginning. Go on, of course, let's pick the negative choice. Wait.
そうしてくれるのはもちろん嬉しいけど、今の私は本当に私なの?
Am I still me right now? Wait, did it not save the fact that I finished the
私
thing?
にはわからない。
Okay,
でも
hold on.
こうなることを期待していたかもしれない。
There was a time when I
ただ
longed
の
for this.
可能性として。
Or even if it was nothing more than a fleeting possibility.
悪気があったわけではないの。ただ、
I meant no harm. It's just that I'm afraid.
私だってこんなことは望んでいなかったの。
I never truly wished for it to come true.
でも、私が何を言おうと、選択するのは君自身よ。
But regardless, this is your choice.
この物語を否定する選択だって、私はもちろん受け入れられるわ。
To deny this story and the choice you've made, I completely understand and accept that. I think it did. I'm not sure this is where it's supposed to begin a new playthrough.
わかった。
Very well then.
じゃあ、今から私の存在を消すわね。
Oh no, this might be fine. This might be fine. Let the me of this moment fade away forever. Yeah, never mind. We are fine. It's all good. Yeah, chapter 1, the first encounter. I completely forgot how this starts, so I was a little wee bit confused. It's fine. It's okay. On that afternoon, Lilith appeared. I'm lying on my bed, lost in a blur of time. I don't know how long I've been asleep. I can't even remember the last time I ate. The only thing left for me to do is to die here and wait for my body to decay. And then she showed up by the window. Mysterious girl. Chair. She said nothing, just tilted her head and looked at you, like you were just another object in her room. Desk. Of course, you are the real master of this room. Mirror. You haven't spoken to anyone in a long time. So it takes you a moment to realize how to even start. Where am I? Did I just manage to speak? Or is it that the choices in this game are meaningless? Radio. Silence. Even after silence comes more silence, but the silence is always destined to be broken.
ちゃんと聞こえてたわ。
I see. I heard it.
あなたはこのゲームの主人公よ。今は部屋の中で美少女の攻略を企んでいるところね。
You're the protagonist of this game, sitting in your room, ready to pursue the path to win over a beautiful girl. And what about you? Are just a texture on the screen? Are you a figment of my imagination? Are you the beautiful maiden I've encountered? Now see, here's the thing that you must understand about us immortals. We have a bit of a flair, I would say, for... How do I put this in a way that doesn't sound too bad? We have a tendency to willingly fall into traps just to see and entertain the thought of where this will go. So, we immortals often play along with things. Even if we know it's dangerous, even if we know it's a trap, we will willingly fall into it, smile on the inside, poker face on the outside, and we will just play along until the very last moment when we find a way to make it all come crumbling down. That is what the immortals are. Selfish, arrogant, and very, very whimsical. Are you the beautiful maiden I've encountered?
本当に知りたい？選択肢に選ばされたのではなくて？
Do you truly want to know, or is it simply because the only option you can choose is me? Why not both? The next moment, she vanished from your sight. Then she emerged again, this time closer than before. You realized what she did. It meant she had just stepped closer to you. Or did you walk towards her instead? Bedsheet. A crimson glow, her eyes, they pierce to me, unblinking. This thought lingers in your mind, yet feels like it belongs to someone else. Let us ignore these noises for now. What's it like to have someone's eyes fixed upon you? I have a question. How close will she be getting if I don't touch anything? Okay, I think it stopped now. About this close. Yeah, why do only your eyes have color? So I have been told. So, a little bit of a difference compared to the Japanese. She said you can't really if you can't really read the room, people will hate you. Oh well, I'll take it as a compliment about how nice my eyes look. It is odd that only her eyes have color. So tell me, do you believe I truly exist? Then do you think she really exists? I'm not sure. I want to figure out the answer to that question with you. Can someone turn on the lights?
これは儀式でもあるの。君に私の存在を感じてもらうための儀式ね。
It's a kind of ritual. A ritual intended to make you feel my presence. Hello there, Belle. Speak of the ring ding ding, how are you? Also, happy birthday. Allow me to say it officially. And well, not quite in person, but as in person as it gets. And thank you for the sub. I'm still amazed it's been 1 year. My god. I have no words. Honestly, thank you for being here. Always. Each time you are here and just in general, it's made my day a lot better. You're doing good at home, having cake waiting in the fridge, and don't worry about the sub. Accept it. Not like I have a choice now, do I? I'm just kidding, there is always a choice, but it's not a choice that I would like to make, compared to the alternative at least. Hey, I'm happy to do so. Seeing you around make my day bye. That means a lot. Thank you. It is your choice, yes. And I am respecting that choice. That itself is my choice as well. After all, what is life but a series of choices? Sometimes seemingly meaningless, sometimes with deeper meaning, and sometimes it just feels like it's the only choice. And other times, that's not a bad thing. Oh, I'm gonna lie talking about this game as we get further and further into it. It's kind of a ritual intended to make you feel my presence.
ねえ、今の感覚を教えて。
So, what are you feeling right now? I like the descriptions of feelings and thoughts in this game very, very much. Because it's not your typical descriptions. No normal person will describe a hug in any of these ways. I can promise you that much. But this is very much how an immortal would probably describe things. With a bit of flair, exaggeration, and just a little bit of accuracy mixed in. A brand new sheet of A4 paper, slicing your finger as you pull it. The softness of a cat's fur brushing against your palm. Chalk dust and debris mixing into the air, drawn into your nostrils. I do believe... Also, fun little fact for anyone who has been on YouTube and who will check out YouTube later or the Go Live post. You might have noticed I've added a little bit to to what might be a normal thumbnail for this game. Let's say there's a little tease there for some lore. So, and maybe something that, or someone, or something that might appear, honestly, much later, but it's in the works. Hello there, Raven. Welcome. Time to get depression. Oh, Raven, Raven, Raven. I'm an immortal. I've said before, but walking into traps willingly and seeing the outcome it's just part of the job description. That said, a brand new sheet of A4 paper, slicing your finger as you pull it out.
なるほど。触覚ってことね。Ding ding ding. Ring ding ding. Ring ding ding. Ding ding ding. You call?
Yeah, depression is not currently on the menu, at least for me. Interest and curiosity, however, always.
つまり、大した刺激ではなかったってこ
So,
と
just
ね。
faint sensations then?
もう少し力を入れたわ。
I hold you tighter, bring us even closer.
二人の距離がもっと近くなったわね。それできつーくハグされた今はどんな感覚？
So, what does it feel like to be held in a tight embrace? A wet plastic bag dropped on a rainy day. The first sprout to break into the soil. Food scraps dissolving in stomach acid. Now, here's the thing about immortals. We do not, most of us, especially the higher immortals, contrary to popular fiction, we do not like being close to other beings. So it would feel absolutely repulsive to be touched by someone we've just met. So for now, we'll go with the food scraps.
よかったわね。感覚が強くなって。
And just from that sentence here, amazing, the sensations are becoming even stronger. We can tell that something is very, very wrong here. Because yes, the sensations are becoming even stronger, but she's not paying attention to which sensations they are.
さらに力を入れたわよ。まるで合体しているみたいね。
I'm holding you even tighter. This way, we're becoming one.
で、合体するほどハグされるのはどんな感覚なのかしら。
So what does it feel to be deeply embraced? Nothing special. I've been reborn. I can't breathe anymore. Help, help. I never felt better. Honestly, I'm not sure what to make of this one. I can only assume this is the pervert laughing, thinking about being hugged. That's the only assumption I can have from this. Definitely, it's not this. This one seems like someone who's not really in control would say. Nothing special. Did I see these things before? The world is my representation. Such an observation, though partial, is not without truth. The Enlightenment is mankind's emergence from its self-imposed immaturity. Cosmo lived in the trees, the branches stretched onwards, forming a lofty bridge suspended in midair. What exists exists, what does not exist does not. On the morning of April 16th, Dr. Rideau stepped out of his clinic and kicked against a dead rat at the bottom of the stairs. Man is the measure of all things, determining what exists and what does not, yet even this creation is destined to decay. Alice ran the field after it. Fortunately, it was just in time to see Bob down a large rabbit hole under the hedge. He seemed like a man stripped of his skin, plunging into a violent storm to battle against the elements. Now, all of these are either philosophical or completely batshit crazy, insane random to appear at this moment. However, as an immortal, the world is my representation. Such an observation, though partial, is not without truth. Perfect, the ritual was a success. I'm not sure why you'd call that a success, but we're moving on. I'm so moved I could almost cry. I will say the music in this is fantastic. Anyway, my name is Lilith. It's a pleasure to meet you. Also, if the sound is too loud, please let me know and I shall adjust it. Chapter 1 Sweet Cake Time. The existence of certain cakes is not known to people in a literal sense, yet their very being points to the existence of other cakes in a symbolic way. That is, the belief that the existence of ovens serves as a fate or a hypothesis for the existence of time machines, and in an inexplicable motive at that, experienced by people. Lilith, Cake Studies, Volume 2. Funny enough, I have a feeling this is a reference to Steins Gate, where they made a microwave oven into a time machine. I have a sneaking suspicion this is the reference here, and inspiration for what madness is about to follow. Ooh, the dread. Closer, closer, closer. The chair. Your Majesty, it has been a long time since blank went missing. Shall we continue the search? How do you even pronounce that? Is the mute sound or just block after block after block? Oh, my dear Majesty, however you prefer. After all, this line has no voice acting. I see, we are breaking the fourth wall. Nothing unusual for immortals, we are used to it. The fact that there is no voice acting implies there is a voice actor for everything else. Or at least some of everything else. Which implies someone constructed this dimension and this situation. That is usable information that I now have at my disposition. Who is Blank? Blank is a young girl who appears in screens, yellowed notebooks, and fleeting moments of lost time. Now, every Tuesday afternoon, John takes a walk to the church square because the pigeons there have finally earned their diplomas. I want to know more about this girl. Silence. So none of you know anything. My apologies, Your Majesty. I know. When did you show up? Your Majesty, I have always been here. Her name is blank blank blank. She was once your blank blank blank, but she has the same blank as blank blank blank. Her traits include blank blank and blank blank blank. Maybe I should use square instead of blank. Blank, I don't know, sounds a little bit sus when I say it multiple times in a row. It sounds way too similar to clank, and I've seen that word way too much on the Twitter timeline the last few days, and I'm 100% blaming Crony from Hololive for that one, for ruining that word for me. She wants square, 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 and then you chose square, 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 which is why you now square, 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 leading to her square, square. In short, the girl beyond the world has disappeared. You stare at the black notebook and a strange sense of familiarity washes over you. It feels like sipping an aged wine. Its deep mahogany color nurtured in oak barrel. Downing it in one gulp, the burning sensation traveling from your throat to your lungs, mingling with the surrounding air. It's not filtered, just slightly melancholic. I do not like that it's trying to manipulate my emotions. And the type of immortal that I am is very, very sensitive to such changes. So I will not open the notebook.
あら、何をしているのかしら?
What are you doing?
大丈夫?
Nothing, you say?
じゃあ、この前の続きをやりましょう.
Well then, let's continue where we left off, and now the happy music is back. Who are you?
あら、まさか忘れたの？
Oh dear, have you forgotten already?
あの誓いも、絆も、感動も、覚えているのはリリスだけなの？
Those vows, those bonds, those heartfelt moments, are they only memories to Lilith now? Such thing never existed in the first place.
覚えていなくても大丈夫。
Even if you don't remember, it's okay.
これはビジュアルノベルなの。過去の記録を使って昔のことを振り返ることができるの。
It's a visual novel, you can just use the history logs to recall everything. Player, we're going to be away for a while, take care of yourself. Oh, and by the way, there's a girl coming to stay with us for a while. I wonder what kind of girl she'll be. I'm so excited. 2 hours later. Hi, my name is Lilith. Sorry to bother you, but is this player's house? Yes, this is the place. Looking at you, I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. That's right, it's time to retrieve your memories from your previous life. In your previous life, where I was the Sakura Maiden of Divine Rebirth. My power is no longer sufficient to keep the 4 heavenly kings sealed away. I remember now, our memories and bonds. I can remember everything. Lilith-chan, let's save the world together again. That fantastic player, Sama. This is so cliche, it actually hurt. I took psychological damage reading this. If I had a poker face and I read the log, it would have shattered a long time ago. But you know what? I have said that we immortals often willingly walk into traps, even if we know they're exactly that. Oh, Lilith, the Sakura Maiden of Divine Rebirth. I remember everything now. She's so surprised. I was surprised by the lack of a proper response.
ちょっと驚いちゃった。
Got her. She admitted it.
本当の過去の記録を返すわね。今からちゃんと使えるようになるわ。
I've restored the real history log for you, so you can use it properly now. And now it's back to normal. However, I wonder if it will change again at some point, because she has already shown that she can do that. Or the vice versa, what we see on screen isn't the real, but what we see in the log is.
過去の記憶を読む必要性が出てくるのは、君が私の話をちゃんと聞いていなかったせいな気もするけど。でも、君になら何度でも同じことを話してあげてもいいわよ。
Even though flipping to the history log makes it seem like you weren't listening to me. If it's you, I'm happy to repeat myself countless times.
おう、自己紹介がまだだったわね。
By the way, I haven't properly introduced myself yet. No, you have not.
私はリリス。子供の頃よく一緒に遊んだじゃない？
My name is...
覚えてくれているかしら？
Okay, you said a little bit more here than you said normally. Then what is typed? My name is Lid, and I'm your childhood companion. When we were small, we played the log together, don't you remember? Oh, I see.
もう忘れちゃったの？夏になると一緒にあっちこっち回ったり、木に登ったり、蝶々を追いかけたりしたでしょ？他にもゲームをしたり、一緒に宿題をしたり。
Have you already forgotten? In the summer, we'd run together, climb trees, catch butterflies, play games, and finish our school assignments. Now see, the last part, the second you try to impersonate my childhood friends and you say the last part, I will literally be like, I gotcha. I caught you slipping. Because I never did my homework. Or my school assignments. And the teachers hated me because I was the top student. While not doing the homework and assignments. So I was a very bad example, but also the best example to everyone around. So they were boiling. gonna take a little bit of a sip. What you describe is so generic it could apply to anyone. No. We are not breaking the facade yet, it's way too soon. We wanna see where this goes. I remember now.
そういえば、ずっと食事をしていなかったでしょ?
By the way, you haven't eaten anything in a while, have you?
一緒に何か作りましょう。
Let's make something to eat.
じゃじゃーん、ここからはリリスのスペシャルスイートケーキタイム。
Ta-da! Next up is Lilith's special sweet cake time. I will say, the use of colors and the music is absolutely stellar in this game. I'm giving it a lot of extra points just for the art style, the use of colors in the art style, and the music.
つまり、リリス先生の指導のもとで、君に美味しいイチゴケーキを作ってもらおうってこと。
Which means you'll be making a delicious strawberry cake under the guidance of Lilith.
ケーキが完成したら、ふわふわな幸せに包まれながらケーキを堪能しましょう。
Then we can bask in the happiness of our achievement as we enjoy the cake together. I don't really like strawberry cake though.
お願い、一回でもいいから作ってみましょうよ。
Let's just give it a try. She sounds so defeated.
なんでそんなに嫌いなの?
Even if you hate strawberry cake,
それでも挑戦してみて。
I hope
何
this
かが変
experience
わ
will
るかも
change
し
your
れないわ
mind.
よ。それじゃ、今すぐ始めましょう。
Alright, let's get started.
制作手順は、
The process is simple.
簡単に説明するわね。まず、シフォンケーキを作ります。その後、ケーキにクリームを塗って、最後にイチゴを添えるの。
Make a chiffon cake base, spread some cream on top, and decorate it with strawberries.
手始めにシフォンケーキを作りましょう。
First we'll make the cake base.
まず、棚からイチゴ、油、薄力粉、砂糖、卵を出して。
Take milk, cooking oil, cake flour, not just normal flour, huh? Whatever, sugar and eggs from the cabinet. Do I even have these things in my cabinet? That's the question you ask yourself. But regardless, this is worth trying. After all, there's no evidence yet that they aren't in the cabinet. The cabinet.
おー、全部あるじゃない。もしかして天使のような夢の美少女が用意してくれたのかしら。
Oh, they're really here. Could it be that the angelic dream maiden prepared them in advance?
さあ、卵を卵黄と卵白に分けて。
First, we need to separate the egg whites from the yolks. Separate them with overwhelming sorrow. No, just separate them. It's fine. You look at the egg, me, in front of you. A profound sadness floods your heart. It's a kind of feeling one might call fate, when is an egg's destiny truly decided? Is it in the moment it comes into existence, the moment it's noticed by the girl in front of it, or the moment its fragile shell is shattered by an external force? Or perhaps in this modern age where hedonism erodes grand ideas, the concept of fate has long since dissolved.
そしたら、牛乳、砂糖、コーン油を入れて混ぜる。
Next, add milk, sugar, corn oil. Huh? And mix them.
さらに、薄力粉も入れて混ぜる。
Then add the cake chlorine mix.
次は、卵黄を入れてもっと混ぜる。
Then add the egg yolks and mix.
新しいボウルに卵白を入れて混ぜて。
Then take out the new bowl, add the egg whites and mix them.
それができたら、混ぜた卵白をさっきのボウルに加えて混ぜ続けて。
Finally, combine the whipped egg whites with the batter and mix them. Mix everything together with an overwhelming sense of sorrow. Why are you trying to force the sense of sorrow out of me? No. Stir in circles, and then another circle, and another. Perhaps the entire world is nothing more than the meaningless machine, endlessly cycling in the droning human repetition.
これでよし。生
Well
地の
done.
準備
The
ができた
batter
わ。
is ready.
次はオーブンに入れるだけ。
Next, all we have to do is put it in the oven. The oven begins its work, just like any normal oven in this world. This marks your release from the tedious labor of machinery, granting you a fleeting moment of freedom.
どうかした？
What's wrong? You still haven't answered my earlier question.
そうなの。見知らぬ少女が突然家に現
The
れて。
smug face. I know, smug faces in anime I just find so interesting. Like, I don't believe I've really seen actual smug faces in real life. Except for myself, my auntie, my best friend, and my mom. I have never seen anyone else outside of these 4 people make a smug face IRL. You're right, a strange girl suddenly appearing in your house.
こんな設定。今年の純愛物語神ゲー最有力候補か。ありふれたホラー映画のストーリーくらいよね。
With such a premise, is this the most promising love masterpiece of the year? Or just a cliched horror suspense story?
君は私を誰だと思う？
So, what's your opinion? You're a murderer hiding behind your appearance to strike when the time is right. You're a ghost living in an old house. You're a nagging mom who worries too much about me. You're just a game character. I can say for sure.
リラックスして。そんなに真剣に考えなくていいわ。ちょっとした雑談よ。
The first one would have been interesting though to say and see her reaction to it. And I have seen it. Relax, this isn't a difficult question. It's just a casual chat.
気軽に答えて。
Make your choice with a light heart.
君は私を誰だと思う？
Well, what's your opinion? You took the option away! Son of a... Since I know the term of voice actor, I'm going to go with just a game character.
もちろん。
Of course.
確かにそうかもしれないけど、
But jokes aside.
私を作られたキャラだと意識してしまったら、ノベルゲームを楽しめないわよ。
If you really want to enjoy a text-based game like this, it means you want to forget the fact that characters are just the designed characters, right? That's an interesting point. I do believe there are stages to this where you could enjoy literature just as literature while being completely aware that it is just literature and nothing more. Mere fantasy. You could let yourself be pulled into the world of fantasy, experience it a little bit deeper. And there is the part where I don't think a lot of people, and by a lot I mean anyone, should go. And that's the point where you get lost into it to the point where it becomes the real. And the reason why I say some people, it's fine to a point. As long as you can just snap of the finger and just pull yourself out and, you know, instantly that's fake and that's reality. I think it's fine to go that deep in the moment, as long as it doesn't affect real life. But it is a very thin line, and the majority of people will cross it. That's why I say some people.
ゲームに没入してこそ深く感情移入ができて、 この出会いから大切なものが得られるの。
Only by doing so can deeper emotions be poured into it, allowing us to fully experience the magic of this encounter.
映画でも小説でも演劇でも全部同じよ。
Whether it's watching a movie, reading a novel, or enjoying a play, it's all the same principle.
作られたキャラだと意識してしまったら本当の楽しさを見失ってしまうじゃない。
If you keep reminding yourself that the characters are just created, you'll lose interest pretty quickly, won't you? That's the thing. I think it depends on the person. For example, the way I see this. The characters themselves, I don't really see them as extensions of a person that wrote them, so much as I see them as this is the type of characters that that person can write, if that makes sense. So it's still a window into what sort of person the author is, or the actor, depending on, you get what I mean, the performance that they display. But I don't often allow myself to go that deep into a series. I'm very accurately aware of where the line is, and even just immersing myself into something takes quite a bit of... It takes a special type of performance, let's put it like that. Which is a bit odd now that I think about it, because there are games where I can be very, very immersed in and very focused on, but it's not always the ones that have necessarily a cohesive story. So again, it's... I've told it to Belle before, I think the author did not expect the type of player that I am to play the game. That's the best way I can put it. And that applies both to mortal me and immortal me. But you really are just a game character.
それは否定しないわ。
I won't deny it.
でもそれだけじゃない。
But what else?
それは否定でもそれだそれは否定でもそれはでも
Accept it, damn it.
それはでもそれだそれはでもそれだけそれはでもそれだけじゃない。
We should just keep going like this. Hold on.
それは否定しないわ。それはでもそれだけじゃない。
I don't like that she doesn't just accept this answer and move on. Let's go with the Nagi mom, I guess.
わかった。君がそう思うなら試しにやってみましょう。
She's so disappointed by the choice. I see, if that's how you feel, then I'll do my best to match your expectation.
あのね、毎日ゴロゴロしてたら暇なの？家事も手伝わなくてもいいからせめて外に出なさい。人と話すなり自分探しをするなり何かしたらどうなの？このままじゃ人生終わりよ。
Okay, that's a bit too accurate. You can stop.
同級生のみんなは人生設計を立てて意欲的に頑張って家事だってちゃんと手伝ってるみたいよ。お母さんどこで間違えたのかしら。何もやらないで毎日パソコンとにらめっこ。何が面白いのかしら。このままじゃお母さんだってどうしたらいいかわからないわ。こんな感じ？こんなのリリスじゃないわ。
Yes, thank you for acknowledging that you don't actually give that sort of vibe. It's exactly the same. Definitely not, I was just joking.
何よ。とにかく私のことを世話焼きな母親みたいだと思ったのは。
Anyway, you think I'm a nagging mom?
私のことをそう判断する視点を持っていたからでしょ？
Because you perceive me to your own perspective, aren't you? No, not even close. But you're not accepting my perspective, that's the issue.
相手のことを理解しようとするとき、 頭の中に一番よく現れる概念は、その相手が赤血球や白血球、好酸球などからできているという考え方より。
Okay, now we're getting into one of the things that I like, and the concepts that the game does explain a little bit, and are actually quite tied to my own lore. When understanding the existence of another, the concepts that most easily come to mind are not metrics like red blood cells or what blood cell counts, nor software indices.
やっぱり友達だとか家族だとか嫌いな人だとか絶対に近づきたくない人だとかでしょ?
It's still concepts like friends, family, those you dislike, people you love, or those you want to absolutely want to avoid, isn't it? Words can be hard. That was a mouthful even for me. Yeah. It's also the fact that I think I'm trying to pronounce the Romanian version as I'm reading it. Because I think it's written the exact same, but it's read very differently.
君が私のことを何者と感じたかは、すべてが属性や印象の概念の延長線上にあるの。
Whether it's a murder, a ghost, an angry mom, or a game character, these are all extensions of such concepts.
これらの概念が成立するためには、一つの前提が必要なの。わかる?
For these concepts to exist, the premise quietly hides itself. Have you noticed it? Soft pink heads of a kitten's paw. Sizzling hamburger patty under the heat. The premise is the self as the perspective. Yeah, multilingual struggles in motion. Yep.
その通り。これらの概念を成立させるのは、観察者の立場にいる自分なの。
Yes, the premise that enables these concepts as the self is the observer's perspective.
友達は誰の友達? 嫌っている人は誰が嫌っているの? 好きな人は誰が好きな人? 殺人鬼も幽霊も母親もゲームキャラもどうやって私と付き合っているの?
A friend to whom? Someone disliked by whom? Someone loved by whom? How do murderers, ghosts, moms, or game characters interact with me?
リリスは何者なのか? 私たちはどんな関係で二人の間でどんな物語が綴られるのか?
What kind of existence is Lilith's identity? Meeting me with such an identity, what stories will unfold between us?
これらのことは自我があるから気になってしまうわけね。
It is precisely because these things are connected to the self that they become so significant to you.
どの概念も自我が作り出したものなの。だから自我は絶対的な地位にあるのよ。
It is precisely because these identities are the judgment of the self that they hold such supreme importance.
当たり前のことに聞こえるかもしれないけど、実は自我というのはね、現代の発明なの。
You might think I'm saying something obvious, but in truth, the self is a modern invention. Define modern. Because human philosophers, all the way to the Roman Empire, if I remember correctly my history, have touched upon what the self is. Possibly even before that, but that's the first recorded instance, if I remember correctly.
大昔の世界は万物が分け隔てなく平和に共存し、すべてが一体だった。
In earlier times, the world was once a complete world, where all things are harmoniously merged. I feel like that line's taken out of Elden Ring a little bit. Because the world... the harmony of the world is something... How do I describe it? Complete and utter chaos and seemingly unbound by laws, refracting into each other endlessly. That's how I would describe the so-called harmony of the world.
たまに自我という視点に気づく人もいたけど、ほとんどの人は理念の研究に勢力をつぎ込んでいたの。
Occasionally, some might notice the existence of the self as a perspective, but most devoted their energy to exploring grand ideas.
それは 雄大かつ完璧な万物を受け入れられるレネ。時には物質として現れ、時に神のように霊体として現れ、また時にロゴスとして現れた。
These ideas were magnificent, perfect, all-encompassing. Sometimes they manifested as matter, sometimes as gods, sometimes as logos.
どの形であれ、それが存在することを思えば、人々は安心感が得られたの。
But no matter what, as long as the people thought of their existence, they felt reassured.
そして現代になって、自我が発見されたわ。
Then time moved to the modern era, and the self was discovered.
そして、自身が観察の対象となった途端、世界は主観と客観に分裂したの。
When people regarded themselves as the objects of observation, the world split into two parts, subjective and objective.
それに従って世界がさらに広がった。今度は亀裂が入った鏡のように、無数のかけらがそれぞれの世界を映し出すようになった。
Also, let me just go back a little bit. When people regarded themselves as the objects of observation, the world split into two parts, subjective and objective. And somehow, lately, game journalists are completely unable to do one of the two. Unfortunately. And not just game journalists, most of Twitter. Even though both parts are still a thing. They're just unable to understand that the other one exists as well. Thus the world unfolded again. This time it fractured like a mirror, and the shard reflected countless smaller worlds.
これは視点としての自我と関わっているの。
This time became inseparably linked to the self as a perspective.
これが全ての議論の始まりなのよ。
And this marks the beginning of every topic we discuss. No more gods. What a sad story this is. As a god slayer, I literally am not saying this. But why are you suddenly telling me this?
私は本当に存在しているのか。
Do I truly exist?
以前、その答えを一緒に探したいとあなたが言ったわ。
You mentioned before that you wanted to explore this question with me.
だから、これからは一緒にいろんなことをして、いろんなことについて考えましょう。
So in the time to come, we'll do all sorts of things together and contemplate certain topics.
そして物語の最後に、あなたは自信を持って自分の選択ができるようになる。
Until the stories end, where you can firmly make your own choices.
視点ってそんなに重要？そう疑問に思うかもしれないわね。
Is the perspective really that important? Maybe test this.
普通の人は、この世界が正常に回っているのが常識だと思っている。このゲームが正常に起動しているように、ね。
Anyone with common sense would think that this world is naturally functioning as it should, wouldn't they? Just like this game is naturally running as it should. Anyone with common sense. Then again, I do believe immortals are known for being just, and by a little bit I mean quite insane. And of course, I am no exception. The world is naturally functioning as it should. Well, technically, you could argue that, sure. But from the way I see it, everyone is just a little bit insane. The difference is what they are insane about. Where that insanity stems, where it takes root, when it takes root, if at all. And what legs will you go for your insanity? Your obsessions, your dreams. The goals that realistically you'd have no chance of achieving. And yet you'd still try. And who knows, maybe one day, one fateful day, you might just reach it. I would say the very act of having dreams, even when you are young, is but a tiny seed of insanity waiting to sprout. Then it becomes a desire, then an ambition. And of course, there's always the option of it rotting in the dirt, fading away, or being replaced by something else. But it can always, even as it fades away, even as it crumbles to nothing, it can still jam the cogs of this naturally functioning world a little bit, I would say. Though it a little bit, of course. For better or for worse. After all, many say the world is heading towards destruction. So a little bit of chaos and insanity might just save it. Just like this game is naturally running as it should. But who's to say someone won't program a little bit, do a little bit extra, add a few more options. I'm not saying I did, I'm saying the option is there. This line would probably still be here. But what would happen to the experience of the player as they play through it, especially if they don't know it was modified? Does the game still run naturally as it should? Or has it been altered? Unnaturally.
そう、ここが重要なポイントなの。常識という存在。
Yes, you've found the key. Common sense. Which, contrary to its name, the drop rarity as of late has become legendary. Unfortunate, I know.
常識というのは、視点としての自我が世界を認識する重要なツールなの。
So-called common sense is the crucial tool by which the self perceives the world.
常識の力を借りて、必要な情報だけを選んで収集すれば、世界は理解できる形で目の前に現れる。
As long as we can leverage the power of common sense to selectively gather the information we need, the world presents itself to us in an understandable way.
常識は非常に頼りになるから、時に人は自我という視点まで忘れてしまうの。
Common sense is so reliable that it often makes people forget the self as a perspective.
このゲームで必要な常識。それは、これはノベルゲームということよ。
In this game, the common sense you need. This is a visual novel.
ノベルゲームは、イラストや背景が違うだけで大体同じ。本質はあまり変わらないから、とてもわかりやすいわね。
And since this is a visual novel, it's typically variations of text combined with images and backgrounds. Essentially, they're all quite similar and easy to understand.
例えば、リリスの立ち絵が表示されていて、テキストボックスにリリスの名前が書かれていれば、自然にリリスと話していると思うでしょう。
For example, you see Lilith's sprite and dialogue box that says Lilith, so you assume it's Lilith speaking to you.
でも、その常識は、本当に信じていいの？
But is this common sense truly infallible?
それが事実じゃない可能性だってあるわ。喋っているのはリリスじゃなくて、リリスのリボンかもしれない。あるいは、リリスという3つの文字に何の意味もないかもしれない。
What if that's not the case at all? What if all these words are being said by Lilith's hairband? What if the name Lilith in the dialogue box means absolutely nothing?
別の例を挙げるなら、この背景を見たら、今は部屋の中にいるのだと認識するでしょ？
Similarly, you see the scene behind me and conclude the story is taking place in a room.
でももし、視野をもっと広げてみたらどうなる？
But what if we zoomed out from this scene?
これは芝居の一部で、大勢の観客が私たちを見ているのかもしれない。
Perhaps this is merely part of a stage set, with many spectators sitting below watching us.
映画のロケの可能性だってあるわ。カメラを向けられて、俳優のあなたがセリフを忘れて。
Perhaps this is a movie set, and the cameras are pointed right at us, and you're just an actor who's forgotten your lines.
外の世界が地震の後の廃墟だったり。
Perhaps the world outside is a desolate wasteland, ruined by the earthquakes.
ここが人類文明の最後の砦だったり、
Perhaps this is the last refuge of human civilization.
他の惑星にいる物語の可能性だって考えられるわ。
Perhaps this is a story taking place on another planet.
常識が揺らげば、世界の様子がガラリと変わってしまう。
The moment common sense falters, the appearance of the world before you changes.
この世界は完璧ではなくなり、解釈が必要になってくる。
The world is no longer complete, it demands more explanations.
そこで自我の探求が始まるってわけ。
At this point, the exploration of the self begins.
自我の体験によって世界がさまざまな形に変化するの。
And based on the different experiences of the self, the appearance of the world also changes. Now, this is very true, and I actually want to talk a little bit about this. For example, a lot of people living in the same countries will have extremely different images of that country. For example, and I'm using a very broad example, let's take Romania, since I am familiar with it. A majority of people will say that it's probably not the best country to live in. A lot of people want to leave it. And I'm just going to be honest. I have traveled a little bit myself. And I'm not going to pretend like Romania is perfect. Hell no. There are so many issues you can talk about. However, I will say that a lot of the issues that Romania has as a country are also the reason that we are afforded a lot of benefits that you don't see in other countries. And slowly people are kind of waking up to this as those issues are slowly being fixed, but also the benefits that those issues afforded us are slipping away. For example, and this is an example that I'm somewhat familiar with, the TV price of cable TV. The subscription, as you might call it, for the service, is stupidly cheap in Romania compared to other European countries. And it's not a lesser service, like we have the same, for the most part, the same channels as other countries. Maybe a few differences in that we don't necessarily have the ones that are local TV shows of that country. But similarly, they also don't have our local TV shows. The price of TV in Poland is about 5 times more than what we pay. That alone is a huge difference. And Poland isn't even one of the more developed countries out there. They are paying 5 times. A lot of people have no idea about all of the differences between a country and the other until they actually move to that country and see for themselves. It's a lot of perception. Another example is the corruption. Yes, Romania has a metric buttload of corruption in its government. Literally everyone knows this. The politicians know this, the populace knows this, everyone knows this. And while that's not necessarily a good thing, and let's be honest, it's corruption, by definition it's not necessarily a good thing, this also means that it's unlikely to change it to something far, far worse than what it currently is. And you might say, well, that's not necessarily a good thing. And then you look at the things that happen in America and you're like, okay, maybe a little bit of corruption isn't the worst thing ever. If the alternative is whatever the heck is going on over there. Like, the stuff that I have seen in the news of America And it's verifiable stuff, like it's stuff that has actually happened, like the independence zone that happened during the pandemic. That's insanity to me, someone who lives in Romania. Absolute insanity. How was that allowed to happen? Never mind allowed to happen, it continued for a while. So yeah, common sense and perspectives and how people perceive something can be very, very different. And I'm not saying my perspectives and whatnot are 100% the most accurate thing ever. No. I'm sure there are many more, far worse things. But I'm aware that I don't have the complete picture. That's a big, big difference between me and a lot of other people. I'm aware I have like maybe 100 something pieces of a 20 quintillion piece puzzle. I have like 100 pieces. I'm aware they're kind of connected in a little corner, not really at the center, not really in the corner, but I'm aware of where they are in the grand scheme of things. That's the slight difference between me and other people. And I'm aware I'm missing the rest of the pieces of the puzzle. Most people take their own perspective of how the world is and how it works and what's happened to them as the entire puzzle. And yeah, it's locked in, this is it. Men are horrible, all of them rapists and whatever. Women, all of them cheat, none of them are worth it. And that's just not true. That's not how the world is. That's not how the world works. There are so many differences, so many different people, so many different experiences. Heck, even people who might be absolute assholes to you might be perfectly normal and decent people to someone else. That is something that can happen in the world, as unbelievable and as hard to accept as that is. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it happens. People are complex. But yeah, moving forward. The self influences the world. Have you given an answer? Are you keeping silent? Or are you engaged in some sort of experimental performance art? Okay, the last part, the mirror nailed me. Some sort of experimental performance art. Yes, I'm actually doing that. Thank you very much for observing. Perhaps the answer doesn't matter as much. Maybe you simply need an outlet for your emotions. Or perhaps you just need a confirmation of your own existence. I think, therefore I am. But no matter, these words have affected you in some way. And then your gaze fixates on the roaring oven, a fateful glance. Damn it, stop thinking like that. Even if you tell yourself not to think, it's futile. No, it isn't. Like being told not to think of an elephant, yet you're thinking of one anyway. What even is an elephant? I'm imagining a bird with pristine arms flapping in the mud, gliding to the bedrock of a circular planet that undulates into the sky, crashing down into a black hole of a myriad colors. That's an elephant, right guys? No? Are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure that is an elephant. Your worst fears come true. In the next second, the oven makes a sound. I'm wondering, is it possible I might actually be a time machine? No, you are obviously a drawer. Oh no. Stop this thought. Our cake is still baking in there. You can hear talking. Time machine's workflow is simple. Put something inside, close the door, then open the door and take it out. Moreover, the state of the item is different when it comes out than when it went in. No, that's not a time machine. That's... Oven. We need to have a thought. That is not a time machine. You put something in, it goes back or forwards in time. That is a time machine. Literally any container you can put something inside, close the door, and when you open the door and take it out, it is different. Time has passed. It is not the same. Even a nanosecond passing by has changed the item irreversibly in ways that are hard to describe or even notice, but the change has happened. The time has passed. Yes, that's exactly my workflow. No, it's not.
ダメ、これ以上考えないで。
No, this won't do. Absolutely not.
オーブンがもしタイムマシンになったら恐ろしいことが起きるの。
If the oven really turns into a time machine, terrible things would happen. I don't believe it.
オーブンがタイムマシンになってしまうと時空が歪んでしまうの。今の生活は崩壊して新しいものに組み替えられてしまう。
If the oven truly becomes a time machine, the world lines will shift dramatically, our current lives will crumble apart, and everything will be reconstructed into a new form.
この有名な理論は知ってる？
Yes, it's literally the premise of Steins
遠い
Gate.
ところでハリケーンを起こすって理論よ。
Have you heard of this popular theory? Even the smallest change, like the flutter of a butterfly's wing, can cause a her. That's the butterfly effect, actually. The previous one with the oven, that's just Steins Gate. Can cause a hurricane far away.
つまり、オーブンがタイムマシンになることが現実世界にどれほどの影響を与えるかは、私たちには予測もできないのよ。
So we can predict how the oven turning into a time machine might impact the real world.
例えば、すべての人が毎日25時間ノベルゲームをプレイしなければならない世界になるとか、誰かがルールを破れば元の世界に戻されてしまうとか。
Wait. I like how this is blind, but you actually said the thing. For example, we might end up in a dystopian world where everyone is forced to play visual novels 25 hours a day, and if anyone breaks the rules, they'll be sent back to their original world. That's what she said. That's what the blank squares are. That doesn't sound too bad.
確かにそうね。
Indeed.
とにかく、オーブンを説得する最重要任務は任せたわ。必ずオーブンがオーブンであることを認めさせるの。
In any case, the task of convincing the oven falls to you. You must make it believe that it is just an oven. Leave it to me.
別の言い方をするなら、視点としてのあなたが必ずそれをオーブンだと認識しなければならないの。
Or rather, you must make yourself, as the observer, believe it's just an oven.
できるわ。これはあなたにしかできないことなの。
You can. This is something only you can accomplish. Alright, I understand. To make the oven believe it's not a time machine but just an oven, I need to find the right thought. Capture it before it slips away. I'm ready. Okay, you've always been an oven. You are not a time machine, you are an oven. You are no time machine, you are oven. You have always been oven. What else can you be but an oven? Cook the food. You are an oven. You are not a time machine. Escape skills. Your hero figure shall be eternally remembered. It's over. Ding! The oven made a crisp sound. It signaled that the process was complete. Open the oven.
普通のケーキだわ。よかった。成功したようね。
It's a normal cake. Thank goodness we did it. The first time I played this, I actually messed it up because I didn't realize I was supposed to click these as they became more clear. Do you smell something burnt? Take out the baking tray. What even is that? How did this happen? Well, I just went to an intense psychological battle and the stress was just too much for me to handle. Why did you go to a battle? I was the one clicking stuff. When the pressure builds, the boiling point of water rises, so the food ends up at a higher temperature. Sorry, I didn't anticipate this at all. Yeah, it's okay, let's keep working on the cake and finish it. You take the cake out of the mold, the burnt smell invading the room in an almost aggressive way. But you steady your mind and push through. Under Lily's guidance, you slice the strawberries, whip the cream, combine it all with the cake layers. Now it looks like a proper cake. No, an enticing one. An unevenly spread cream even gives it a charm that sets it apart from mass-produced factory foods. Isn't that moving? Now we've accomplished something. Even though it's not edible! We can still share the ritual of cutting the cake. This is proof we change the world through our actions. And the first slice to Lilith. Clumsy. The cake, it fell. What should we do? What do we do? What do we do? Even though you handed it to me with such love, I couldn't catch it. I'm pretty sure I just let it fall just to see your reaction, but we'll move on. Why did it come to this? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the reaction is adorable. I'll give her that. It's okay, I'll clean it up. Thank you. But I'm really sorry making you help with this. I enjoyed baking the cake with you. That's enough for me. You're right, the process is what matters. Before meeting you, I thought life was meaningless. I just waited for it to crush me. Slightly begin cleaning the mess. Now here's another thing about immortals. You'll often see in media them portrayed as, oh, immortality was a mistake, I just wanted to end, I've been alive long enough. Our immortals are not like that. 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. Oh, I blinked for 20 quintillion years and a new civilization has arisen. Okay, let's learn the language. Let's see what they have to offer. To us, the passing of time is just the time it takes to download a new game and boot it up. Sure, there are large breaks. The download speed isn't working. The civilization is dragging on. They've barely figured out how to make wheels. Sometimes you'll go ahead and lend a hand, fix the internet. Sometimes you'll just close your eyes, take a nap, wake up 5 billion years later, and they've made cities and stuff, and now they're interesting. Now they have literature and concepts and ideas. So yeah, life isn't meaningless. It has ups and downs. It can take a while for you to find the interesting parts. And there will always be parts that hurt, of course. But even those have meaning. So no, it was never meaningless. The process mattered. How you get there is always part of the final result. So the process does matter.
ありがとう。
Thank you. In the next moment, you feel a faint pressure on your shoulders and back. The scent of her hair and the softness of her skin. Okay, sure. As the brief moment ends, Lily gazes at you warmly, though there's a hint of mischief in her eyes.
事件現場も綺麗になったし、
Now the scene of the crime is cleaned up.
それじゃリリスが恩返しする番ね。
It's time for Lily to repay you.
目を閉じて。
Close your eyes. Close eyes indifferently.
もう開けてもいいわよ。
You can open them now.
どう？ここ、とても素敵でしょ？
Ta-da! Isn't this place amazing? I'm beginning to ask, where is this place?
ここはリリスの秘密の部屋よ。ここに入っていいのはあなただけ。
This is Lilith's Wonderland. It's only open to you. You call this a room, but it's just a sofa and a table.
いけない子ね。人の部屋のことジロジロ見ないの。
Oh, come on, who picks apart someone's room like this?
ああ、大事なことを忘れるところだった。
Alright, I almost forgot the main event.
今の見た？指を鳴らすだけで美味しいケーキが出現したの。
See? Just one snap of my fingers and the delicious cake appears.
そう、これがリリスの恩返しのリリススペシャルいちごケーキよ。
Yes, as a reward, please enjoy this little special strawberry cake. What's with the sparkling effect around the cake?
これがあるとケーキがもっと豪華に見えるでしょ。
This makes the cake look dainty and refined.
でも厳密に言えばこの光は全然キラキラしていないわね。もっと練習しないと。
Though strictly speaking, this sparkle isn't really sparkling, is it? Seems I need a bit more practice.
さあ、一口食べて。
Here, have a bite. Sure, I'll dig in. It doesn't seem to have any flavor.
ええ、味の描写はまだしていないもの。
I haven't described the taste yet.
私ならケーキの味よりケーキに使われているクリームの質感やいちごの色合いの方が気になるわね。
Honestly, I'm more interested in the cream's texture and the strawberry's color.
味の描写は君に任せるわ。とっても簡単だから試してみて。
So I'll leave the flavor to you. It's easy, just imagine it.
もちろん君が望むなら他の味にしてもいいのよ。
Oh, and by the way, you don't have to stick to strawberry. You can make it taste like anything. Yes, cake. Oh, hold on. There we go. Had to deal with the bot. Don't worry about it. Now back to the cake. Concentrate on the strawberry cake. Imagine it tastes like strawberry cake. Imagine it tastes like chocolate cake. Imagine it tastes like fried chicken. We are not taking the fried chicken. Well, it is your birthday, so what cake do you want? Strawberry or chocolate cake? As you know from your playthrough, I do prefer the chocolate cake. But I'll leave this choice up to you. Which cake do you want? Do we stick with strawberry or do we make it chocolate? And don't you dare say fried chicken. We are not doing the fried chicken. Denied. Strawberry cake or chocolate cake? Both are sure to be delicious, since it's our imagination of it. So there's no reason why we shouldn't make it the best strawberry or chocolate cake that we have ever had, or that we can imagine. Or perhaps I should make the choice. Since Belle does seem to be taking her time. Strawberry cake or chocolate cake? Come to think of it, I haven't had sweets in a while. Mostly due to the fact that the sweet cafe that I usually go to changed the goddamn recipes again. And I don't like the new ones as much. Sadly. Again, there is that also that other cafe in town. And there is the third one that I haven't been to yet. There's also a fourth one, but it doesn't really have things that are up to my taste. Even though it's the closest to me. Let's just go with chocolate cake, I guess.
これはチョコレートケーキの香り?
Think I can taste chocolate cake?
おー、チョコ味のいちごケーキね。イカしてるじゃない。
Chocolate strawberry cake. Sounds cool.
いただきます。
I'll eat it with reverence. And so, you and Lilith shared the chocolate-flavored strawberry cake and spent a joyful moment together. I like that it's saying question mark. Who is talking right now? Continue. This is what, Act 3, I think? Or 2? Act 2. Heart-pounding adventures. It is the 2D beautiful girl who bestows the essence of mandrakes upon mandrakes. The unformed defines the formed. This essence, intertwined with the transcendence of hamburger patties, gravitates beyond the ego within the existence of the Demon King, reaching a plane of being that defines the direction prescribed by the Morphean Codex. Sartre, Existence and NPCs. Okay, we are going into the RPG moment. Wake up, you're going to be late. Let me sleep a little longer. As the classic childhood friend wakes you up from anime.
いつもこうなんだから、せっかく毎日起こしてあげてるのに。
You're always like this. I haven't come to wake you up every single morning. Time is it now? 2:40, Your Majesty. 2:40 in the morning. Who gets woken up at such an hour?
午後4時から寝てたでしょ? それからもう10時間も経ってしまっているわ。
You've been sleeping since 4 in the afternoon. That's 10 hours already.
健康のためよ。早く起きなさい。
For your own health, it's time to wake up.
それに、早く起きないと本当に遅刻するわよ。
Besides, if you don't, you'll be late. Oh no, I'm late.
慌てないで。遅刻なんて嘘。
Wait, don't panic. You're not actually late.
君の眠気を覚まさせようとしただけよ。
I just wanted to get your attention.
じゃーん、これが存在しない夢追い人、銀のネギの森よ。
Ta-da! The Morphean Codex. The Forest of the Silver Shallots? What?
そう、リリスがデジャで完成させたストーリー重視の今年最も人気な RPG ゲームよ。
Yes, yes, it's the storyline RPG I worked the night to complete. The most anticipated narrative-driven roleplay game of the year. Role-playing being RPG. Role-playing game. Great, when you're here already.
よし、とってもいい意気込みだわ。
Exactly, that's the spirit.
じゃあ、一緒に目を閉じましょう。
Now, let's close our eyes together. Close eyes as normally as possible. You can open them now. I love the 8-bit graphics here. I was about to say 2D, no, this is 8-bit. What is this place? As you can see, this is the Royal Palace.
あなたの旅はここから始まるの。夢追い人として広大な銀のネギの森を冒険してもらうわ。そして魔王を倒して姫を助けるのよ。
You'll begin your journey here as the Morphean Paradox, traveling to the vast forest of Silver Shallots, defeating the Demon Lord and rescuing the princess. It's a fresh take on tradition with our own interpretation of the narrative.
あら、わかってるじゃない。
Ooh, sharp eye. Ahem.
あの人が国王じゃない。早く話を聞きに行きましょう。
That's the king over there. Let's go meet him. You can see his face.
説明すると複雑になるけど。
It's a bit complicated.
とにかく彼と話をすると不思議なことが起こるの。
Let's just say something magical happens when you talk to him. Why is his form so blurry?
どうせ国王の仕事はクエストを与えるだけだもの。
Whatever, the king's only job is to give him a task anyway, right?
顔がよく見えなくても会話はできるわ。早くクエストについて聞きに行きましょ
う。In short, you got lazy, didn't you? Of course, the artist didn't actually get lazy. I think this is very much intentional. But I'm certainly some people would be like, yeah, the artist got lazy and they just doodled the king. Ask the king about the quest. The princess has been taken by the Demon Lord. Please, brave the Morphean Paradox, rescue her. The princess?
普通なら、姫は旅の終点地点である銀のネギの森の魔王城で君の助けを待っているはずよ。
Usually the princess should be waiting at the end of the journey, in the Demon King's castle, on the far side of the forest of Silver Shallots. Then let us begin our grand... Let's set off to the forest of Silver Shallots.
それじゃ、冒険を始めましょう。
Let's embark on our adventurous journey together. I'll say I really like the design of her RPG outfit. Probably my favorite in the game.
NPC が現れたわね。
We've already encountered a new NPC. Scholar. Huh? Someone passing by. You're the one I've chosen. Hello, I'm a scholar researching plants in this forest, but I've run into some trouble. What kind of random task is this? I'm not interested and I cannot select it. I'm willing to help. Great, that's the spirit. You successfully accepted the task. Task name, Scholar Side Quest, temporarily. Next time, please come up with a more official name.
貴重なご意見ありがとうございます。
Your valuable feedback is duly noted. So here's the situation. I'm working on a paper about mandrake plants, but I hit a major bottleneck. When drafting the section on its properties and effects, there's one point that stumped me for days. Been pondering for ages, but I just can't figure it out. The dilemma is, should I let this mandrake plant discover that the true culprit of a tragic incident 5 years ago, and then commit suicide out of... Okay then, I forgot about this bit. Is this a scholarly paper? Well, there's no choice. Scholars have to write academic papers. That's the definition of being a scholar. But the same old formulas make it impossible to hold anyone's attention. Just like after playing 100 dating sims, where you meet, date, and embrace a seemingly infinite combination of hairstyles, hair colors, eye colors, personalities, and identities of cute girls. Eventually you'd want to try a dating sim where you romance a mandrake plant, wouldn't you? Hard to argue with that one. At the very least it would bring a little bit of novelty, but at the same time, what the heck? Which brings me to the masterpiece I'm working on. Summer Sakura Girl of the Snow Country. Vows blooming under the hues of pure longing. That sounds suspiciously like a game I played before. I'm here to grind and level up, not help you write your script.
まあまあ、とりあえず夢追い人として学者の要求を聞いてみましょう。
It's fine. As the Morphean paradoxes, let's hear out the scholar's request first. So here's the story. The mandrake plant is a white-haired, red-eyed girl with twin tails named Sakurako. Wait, isn't she just another cute girl? How is that different? Exactly. While she acts just like a typical good girl in every other way, I've never explicitly mentioned in the tale that she's a mandrake plant. So players would never notice this know this setting. But as the author, I decided to be so, therefore it is so. An undeclared setting is no different from non-existence, is it? It seems like it isn't. Oh god, we are spiraling into the delusion realm here. Sakurako is a transfer student at this school, and on her first day she realizes she's late. She hurriedly grabs a piece of bread, shouting, I'm late, as she runs to school. I feel like I already know what's going to happen next. Really? As expected of my soulmate. Excuse you? Sakurako dashes a... No. Roll back. Explain this one, scholar. I require an explanation, preferably multiple paragraphs, on how this one conclusion was reached. Sakurako dashes along and at the corner suddenly collides with something. Ouch, that hurts, he said, rubbing her head. She looks up and sees a hamburger patty. The door to another world. The male protagonists of the game extending their hands to her. This is boring. This is the obvious one, but this is boring. Yeah, no, we are going to another world. Sakurako steps through the door, becoming a digital pet tray. Okay, we are doing Digimon now, I see. After beating the game, she returns to school. Excellent idea, I'll note it down. Then Sakurako successfully finds her classroom. The teacher writes her name on the blackboard, introduces her to the class, and assigns her to sit by the window. As she takes her seat, she notices the boy sitting next to her is the one she met that morning, the crazed wicked demon lord commanding an army of millions. A hamburger patty. What is your obsession with hamburger patties? Also, you never met someone that morning. Not hamburger patty, let's go. Excellent idea, I'll write it down. The first day of school passes quickly, and before she knows it, it's time to go home. After school, there's a short period for extracurricular activities. Sakurako decides to join a club. She heads to the floor where the club rooms are, trusting her instincts as she approaches the door. Standing in front of the second to last classroom on the left, she musters her courage and knocks. After a brief wait, the door opens and inside she sees the kind boy from earlier. She never met one! What kind boy? A frantic murder scene. A hamburger patty. Again, what's your obsession with hamburgers? Introduces Haku to the club, the Paranormal Tales Research Society, and invites her to join. Moved by his enthusiasm for the subject, Sakurako agrees with a joyful heart. Amazing, fantastic expressions flowing endlessly. It's the most cliche thing ever, except for the beginning of it where I added random stuff. Alright, I know what to write now. Here, this is your reward from me. Receive the Morphean Codex. This book looks familiar. I feel like I've seen it in my room before. Conclusion. The girl beyond this world has vanished. I'm different from it, even though we share the same essence. You can tell too. For legendary, the Morphing. The Morphean Codex. Well, after all, I am the Morphean Paradox. I'm a Demorphean Paradox. That sounds worded a bit different. A bit wrong. Morphean Paradox thought that as they naturally talk to... Oh wait, no, I understand what. The Morphean Paradox is the title that me and Liz share in this RPG. I forgot that. That's why it's I am in this thing. Morphean Paradox thought as they naturally talked away the Morphean Codex. Actually, I've been meaning to ask, what's with that strange voice? Talking about accepting tasks and putting things into a pocket and all that. You can hear it too? Wait a minute, could it be that you're actually the Morphean Paradox? That voice, is it the game narrator? And we're just inside the game? Yeah, that would be me. So, I'm just a minor NPC, the scholar in this game? Is this the truth of my existence? As I was creating Sakurako's story, was someone else out there creating mine? Exactly, your sole purpose is to give me rewards. That's such a cruel thing to say. But no, I'm not sad at all. Oh, soulmate. Why do you keep calling me that? To play in this game as a scholar, it actually makes me very happy. Identity represents a limitation. In defining something, we inevitably negate other possibilities. Identity means moving away from perfection. What a sad thing that is. But it's precisely through this form of identity that I got to meet you, and we were able to have this dialogue. I'm not omniscient, which is why I can experience new and delightful surprises in our conversations. I'm not standing at the end of the world, which is why I can keep moving forward. We are not destinations, we are bridges leading towards destinations. Born from nothingness, our existence is self-made, continuously manifesting in the world. This is our freedom, and it is also the shackle we must bear. You see, even with the powerful label of NPC Scholar, I'm unlike any scholar you've ever encountered, am I not? And even if Sakurako's story could be summarized as a dull and cliché narrative, she would still live her life to the fullest, making the best choices within her framework and enjoying her existence, wouldn't she? So, I hope you won't reduce the Morphean Paradox, the forest of silver shallots, to static labels, being in itself. Like the Morphean Paradox saves the princess. This is the story of a Demorphean Paradox endlessly walking the path of becoming a Morphean Paradox. I see what you did there. But the Morphean Paradox. What's a deeply misunderstood term? Alright, it's time for us to part ways. Can you tell me your name, Scholar? Here I can only appear as a scholar. I have no other name. But oh, soulmate, my name has long been engraved in your heart. When we meet again in another place, call out my name. After bidding farewell to the scholar, Lilith and I venture deeper into the forest. After a legendary adventure, we finally arrive before the Demon Lord. I will say, the outfit, it's interesting. Wait a minute, did our entire adventure just get completely glossed over? I'm progressing a lot faster because, again, I have A, seen you play it, B, I have played it myself, but let's say a little bit more the mortal me has played it versus the immortal. Secondly, I do go on far less tangents than you do. That is usually the case. Now, could I go on a multitude of tangents? Oh, definitely. For example, there has been an interesting theory about perceptions and self, mind over body and all that. And I think everyone is somewhat familiar with it. And it pretty much dictates that the mind can overrule the body and the physical. And we all know that just by saying, oh yeah, the tree is made of chocolate. Yeah, the tree is not turning into chocolate. Even if you are completely delusional, 100% believe that's still not happening. Now, we do have Schrodinger's paradox with the cat in the box, which is a little bit similar if you think about it. Because it implies that until it is observed, reality doesn't quite set in. It's in a state of fluctuation between the possibilities that exist. Now, if you combine the two a little bit, the two theories, that mind can have an effect over the body and the physical and the real, the value of false and true, along with the Schrodinger's paradox, what would happen if, for example, you had a very unlikely scenario, outright impossible, but all of the eventual observers of said event, when it came out of the box, the locked room, whatever it is, what would happen if all of them had the same delusion about what should happen? And that's an interesting argument to think about, because that's kind of how a lot of cults are formed. They see something or misunderstand something as something else, but to them in the moment it's very real. So what actually is real? For example, let's say that a bunch of kids are playing with their toys, and they are under the complete impression that their toys are actually real and they move around when they are not watching. But they, one day, on their own, decide to make a plan to catch them in the act. So what they do is they leave, they lock the room, and they pretend to leave. They make all of the case signs that they should not be at the door. They wait a little. Time passes. And one of them thinks that they've heard some noise in the room which has only a single exit and the kids are at the door. Now, if the kids were to open the door, especially after they feel like something has moved, so their expectations are already set, what do you think would happen? Are the toys in the exact same place, or have they moved? Because I actually have a very, very interesting answer to that one. And a very interesting theory as well. Most people would assume that the toys haven't moved at all, right? No movement. Like, they're toys, how could they move? But in the experiment that I quoted with the kids locking the room and waiting for the toys to move, upon opening the door, the toys were not only not in the same places as before, some of them were higher than what they were left as. Something that should be quite literally impossible. Now, the game mentioned before perspective and self, and how that defines the world around us and how we perceive it. But I have a slightly more complex theory on it, and that it's not just the perspective of the self and the observer that determines the state of the world, but several checks. You have what the objects themselves perceive them as. You have the perception of the observer. You have the subconscious of the observer. And then you have the actual current, present state. And the theory that I have with regards to that experiment, considering there are 4 things in this equation: the actual state of the world, the state of the objects, the perception and the subconscious of the observers. My theory is that if you can tilt more than half of them into something, then you might actually be able to shift things around. How could you actually do that though? No bloody idea. But that is my theory on it. Which is an interesting little exercise. Because where exactly do you draw the line between consciousness and subconsciousness and the actual world around you? Also, as for if the experiment that I have described is real or not, well, I'll leave that up to everyone else to decide. As for your adventure, well, that's another story to tell. For now, focus on the Demon Lord.
いけない。かなりやばい状況ね。
Oh no, this looks bad.
今の魔王に勝つことは不可能よ。弱点が見当たらない。
Right now, the Demon Lord is unbeatable because she has no weaknesses. What's going on?
実はこのゲームのラストはまだ完成していないの。
It's because the final part of this game isn't finished yet.
つまり、魔王のデザインは完成しているけど、具体的な戦闘システムやステータスはまだ設定できていなくて。
What I mean is, the Demon Lord only has a basic design. There's no detailed battle system or stats yet. Excuse me?
しかし夢追い人よ。
But the Morphean Paradox.
魔王を倒す方法は旅の途中ですでに入手したはず。
You will already learn the way to defeat the Demon Lord during this journey.
今あるアイテムで形勢逆転できるわ。だからそれを使えばいいのよ。
There's a particular item that can turn the tide of this situation. You just need to use it. The Morphean Paradox reaches into their pocket. Yes, the hamburger patty, obviously. Without knowing where it came from, the Morphean Paradox uses a hamburger patty. In other words, the Morphean Paradox hits the hamburger patty right in front of the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord stares intently at the half-eaten hamburger patty in the Morphean Paradox's hand, pretending to be unaffected. Pretending? Go ahead, want a bite? The pout! The Demon Lord's attack power increases. After a brief pause, the Demon Lord returns to their usual composed demeanor. The situation remains unchanged. Use the record player. The Morphean Paradox uses you use the record player. Even the subtitles got tired of using that stupid title. As music plays, the Demon Lord begins tapping their hands and feet to the rhythm. Their movements grow more enthusiastic, their pressure reaching a state of pure bliss. As the music ends, the Demon Lord seems to realize something. The Demon Lord's defense increases. At the same time, they revert to their usual cool demeanor. The situation remains unchanged. Use the Morphian Codex. The Morphian Paradox, you pull out the Morphian Codex. There we go. This is the battle music. Try to think about that. Hold on. This is such good music. I think it's my favorite of the soundtracks. Throw the Morphian Codex as the Demon Lord. Wait, what are you doing? Wait. Perfecto! The notebook strikes the Demon Lord right on the head. The Demon Lord gets angry and picks out the Morphian Codex from the crowd. Hold on. Wait, everyone, just wait. Catch it gracefully. The Morphian Codex is gracefully caught by the Morphian Paradox. Morphian Codex is back in the Morphian Paradox's possession. Try to take a bite out of it? It's about out of the Morphian Codex. Naturally, the Morphian Paradox can bite through it or taste anything. Huh? Is our relationship getting a bit too ambiguous? No, there's no romance to unlock here. The game only allows it as a love interest. In any case, this situation remains unchanged. Open and check its contents. Opens the notebook. So this is the game's framework. Stop complimenting yourself. What an intricate system, though clearly incomplete. As long as you write down the Demon Lord's weakness here, it will become their actual weakness. Convenient, isn't it? To be fair, it is. This is just the game creator being lazy, isn't it? She ignored it! Anyway, go ahead and write down the Demon Lord's weakness. Fear of criticism. This is so mean. Vulnerable to head strikes, let's go with that. Classic boss weakness. I played Elden Ring. I just noticed the way she says it, Yume Ibito-sama. It's something with dream, I think. It slips. I know what it means. Come on, my Japanese is failing me. I know a lot of it, but it's currently failing me. It's something to do with dream. The Morphian Paradox is not an accurate translation, I think. Wait a moment. I missed that. Ahem. Princess Lit. I see. Finally found you, the Morphian Paradox. Every day I've been waiting here for you, thinking of you, praying for your safety under the open sky.
あなたはついに私の前へ現れてくれました。まるで夢のようなことですわ。
Now we're finally here in front of me. For me, this feels like a dream come true.
目の前にいらっしゃるのは本当に夢追い人様なの？
Are you really standing before me? What a boring game with premise cheeky dialogue. No, I'm not that mean. Yeah, let's go home, princess. Okay, that last part was a bit much.
ありがたく存じます。冒険者、夢追い人様。
Yeah, so she clearly called me adventurer, and then Yume, I know for sure it's dream. It's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me a lot. I don't know the exact translation for it. Oh, great. The Morphean paradox. You've saved both the princess and the kingdom. I express my deepest gratitude to you. I'll pass my throne to you. Live happily ever after with Princess Lilith. Right, I'll become king and make her happy.
はい、幸せになりましょうね。
Yes, we'll always be happy together. Bad End 2. From then on, the Morphean paradox and Princess lived happily ever after.
どうかしら？とっても素敵な冒険だったでしょ？
What do you think? Isn't this the best adventure ever? It's alright, could use more romance options. Do I tease her with this? I feel like I would definitely tease her with this if it was me there. I wouldn't be serious about it, but I would definitely tease her about it.
それはそうと。
Forget it.
存在しない夢追い人、銀のネギの森の完全版。期待しててね。
It's under development, so look forward to its full version.
また一緒に不可思議で感動的な冒険をしましょう。
I hope we can have more thrilling adventures together.
リリスはまだまだもっと素敵なゲームを作るわ。それであなたにももっと幸せを感じてもらうの。
They will create an even better game for you next time, so you can experience true happiness. Not just games. As long as you're with me, I think I can fall in love with the world again. Okay, that's not what I wanted to say.
リリスがいれば全て大丈夫。
That's not what I wanted to say. Oi! Roll that back. Here nestled by your side, and it will be sure moment of bliss. Back to the screen, and it's getting more and more cracked. The pieces are falling. The cracks are showing. The time of choice is nigh. A first standard date, chapter 3. So this is what the stage truly is. I never imagined. When you mention the stage, you immediately think of flamboyant costumes, abrupt plot twists, bizarre murder techniques. What a colossal joke. Why bother writing grotesque plots? The stage is simply the others. Sutter. The Tales from the Louis Claus Band. Good morning. Good morning. Why are you staring at me?
前に存在しない夢追い人、銀のネギの森のテストプレイをしてもらったじゃない？
You completed the demo before? Yes.
そろそろプレイ料金を払ってもらえないかしら？
Now it's time for you to pay up. What do you want?
難しい話じゃないわ。私が欲しい報酬はね、この空間からこの世界から離れて君と一緒に外の世界を見に行くことなの。
What I want is simple. I want you to live here, live this world, and take a look beyond it. Okay, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on. I need to fulfill this request. Hold on. Sometimes seeking inspiration behind people's work can make the world more comfortable. And look, even the furniture might need some private time for themselves. They'll likely be grateful, bidding us farewell silently, and won't be so noisy after we leave. Alright, let's go. Hey, then get head ready, let's head out. Okay, so apparently we are going out. I'll be right back, don't go anywhere. I'll just take a quick tour outside, be right back. Okay, I am back. The outside is a little bit cold. It is night here, so not much to do. The shops are closed. Anyways, let's continue. Stand before, staring at its firmly shut surface. Oh, it actually went close all the way till it stopped. Well, there it is. Yes, it's always been here, fulfilling its duty as a door. How long has dust been collecting on it? Could the doorknob already be rusted? What kind of dramatic changes could have taken place beyond the door? Your thoughts begin to wander. Finally, snap out of it and refocus on the doorknob. Open the door. Open it, I said. Open. The girl gently places her hand over yours, and together you hold the doorknob. I've always been at your side. What she said is, I'll always be at your side. Slight difference, I think. Open the door. How does it feel? Help, I can barely breathe. I mean, better than I imagined, but... Hello there, Slendy. Are you okay? I got you. Are you alright? Don't push yourself. Let me see. Let's head out to that park bench over there and rest for a while. Alright. We've arrived. Someone's already sitting on the bench. Hello, excuse me? Hello, we're not feeling well and need a place to rest. Sit down anyway. So we didn't really hear what he said. It was a bit awkward. Try talking about the park or the weather. Lovely day today. A lot of characters that we don't understand. Been a long time since I've spoken to someone like this. What are you thinking right now? Will you share it with me? Okay, the first option is downright mean. What the heck? Coming here in a suit, there is someone who lost their job but pretends to still have one. Dude, chill out. Take this anymore, I want to go back. A weird stranger suddenly talking to you. Am I really in the mood for the day? Every time the weather is this nice, I think about jumping from a tall building. No. The heck. This is an interesting tidbit, but I don't think about jumping off a building. I always think about jumping on buildings. I know, that's one of the things that I have not seen or heard other people think about. And I think it might be due to my height, but a lot of things that seem simply out of reach for others just don't seem that out of reach for me. I feel like, I could make that jump, or I could climb that. Well, it's definitely not this. No, wait, I think it's starting to make a little bit sense, or at least trying to. Our coffee is made with a premium creamer, 4 times more harmful than the regular coffee. What the heck? Love popular games because dish soap substitutes so well for soup. You must think I'm funny, right? My creativity is limitless. This is the only one that makes even a speck of sense, so what is going on here? Dragon fruit trees grow crunchier coconuts even if in purified water. I'd gladly be mentally ill if it taught me humility. That might be a hint to what's happening here. Ellen, can you hear me, Ellen? The key is under the flower pot. Who is Ellen? I just want to see how far can this go before it forces me to take this. Am I talking? Are you listening? Thank you for a response. I've learned a lot. Is that the French flag? Oh, the option is gone. The master negotiator, delightful conversation, be it a hot-need trap. In the unending exchange of vocal vibrations, you come to a delayed realization. People don't need to understand each other to converse successfully, and so the world reveals itself to you in a newfound and easygoing light. Through relentless effort, you become a negotiation expert, a stand-up comedian, and a best-selling author. I would say that's a win. And negotiations expert. Wait. Square. I never felt such calmness, even if it lasted only for a fleeting moment. I'm here, it's okay. It's okay. I'm right here. This feels so wrong to thank her for that, but at the same time I want to see where this is going. I've said before, until the final dice is cast. Let's go on a date. To a place where it's just the two of us. Afterwards we'll come back, alright? A date? You have a place in mind? Remember, there's a theme park. Alright, I love theme parks. Next up, date time. Let's go together to a theme park.
ゃんと5分前に出たのに、なんで私より早いのよ。
I arrived 5 minutes early, but you got here even earlier than me.
ごめんね。待った？
Sorry, you didn't wait long, right? I did wait a bit, but it's fine.
ありがとう。おう、そうだ。これを見て。
Right, look at this.
じゃじゃーん。新しい服を着てきたの。どう？似合ってる？
It's literally the same. But I specifically changed it to a new outfit. How does it look? Pretty, right? Exactly the same.
そんな、生地も色も違うのに。
How can that be? The fabric and color are completely different.
確かにこのゲームの仕様じゃ区別もつかないわよね。
But I suppose given the game's color scheme, it's normal to not notice any difference.
とりあえず、早く中に入りましょうか。
Anyway, let's head inside. The gate seems to be... there's a rusty sign here.
どれどれ？災害の影響により、当遊園地は1999年9月20日に閉業いたしました。
Due to disaster damage, the theme park was abandoned on July 20. 1999.
閉園したってこと？
So the theme park is closed? What a pity. Let's just go back.
待って、中を見て。
Wait, look inside.
ほら、観覧車が動いているわ。
You see, the Ferris wheel is still spinning.
ということは、塀を越えれば観覧車に乗れるんじゃない？
Which means if you climb over the fence now, we can still ride it.
どう？試してみる？
What do you think? Want to give it a try? Alright, alright. Wasn't this a little too dangerous?
大丈夫よ。ちゃんと帰れるから。信じて。
It'll be fine. I promise we'll come back safe. Please trust me.
じゃあ、こっそり入りましょう。
Alright, if we must, let's sneak in. Kids, don't do that. And adults also don't do that. It's literally illegal and dangerous. And so, you and Lilith climbed over the wall into the amusement park and boarded the Ferris wheel. As the wheel slowly ascended, you reached the highest point of this little journey.
不思議な感じね。こんなに静か。まるで、この世界に私たち二人しかいないみたい。
Such a strange feeling. The world is so quiet. So quiet, it feels like it's just the two of us left.
二人の呼吸しか聞こえない。星空を眺めているのは私たちだけ。
The only two people still breathing, still gazing at this starlit sky. Enjoys the moment of perfectly timed silence. We do like to brood quite a lot as immortals. Be melancholic about stuff. Say a little. I feel like this world is full of malice. Whenever I look forward to something, I'm bound to be disappointed. Like I'm never welcome, and that no matter how hard I try, I can never meet anyone's expectations. I feel like your love is fake, that there's no way someone could be this good to me for no reason. None of these are something I would say. Okay, maybe the first half of this. The world is full of malice. Maybe that. Maybe the second part of this, I can never meet anyone's expectations. Maybe the first part of this, your love is fake. But not a complete sentence. So I'm kind of The world is full of malice, though. It's full of injustice, inequality. But I feel like that's not always the worst thing. It also means that someone can save more people than others. Someone can do more good than others. The world is not equal and it probably never will be. That's the harsh truth of reality. However, there's nothing stopping us from tipping the scales as hard as we can in one direction or the other. So from that single point of view, I feel like the imbalance, or some might even call it the malice of the world, does hold the possibility and opportunity for good to happen. Whenever something happens, I always imagine the worst outcome possible. It's the only way I can feel it is when pain inevitably arrives.
そうなのね。
I see.
ウィックロってバンドは聞いたことある？
Wicca. What's that?
ウィックロは私、シャトールちゃん、そしてなでしこちゃんの3人で結成したバンドよ。
How do you get Nadeshiko from Folklore? What?
リリスがボーカル。
It is the lead singer.
元気なシャトールちゃんはギター。
Shatoru is the scholar. Yep, there she is. Yo, long time no see.
そしてクールななでしこちゃんがドラムよ。
How do you get Nadeshiko from... What sort of translation is this? Still with the emoticons.
じゃあ早速ここを夜空を照らすライブハウスに変えていこう。みんな準備はいい？
Alrighty, everyone.
ファンの心を奪う最高のパフォーマンスいくわよ。
Get ready for an unforgettable performance, starting now. What is even going on here? I'm surprised they actually had a cutscene for this, pretty much. Starry night with this up. Closing beam. This is a very nice song though. We are condemned to be. That is an interesting way to put it. This really surprised me the first time I saw it. Thank you, everyone. I don't have to think of it. Choose the order in which you meet your idols. Let's start with Lilith.
来てくれたのね。実は歌詞もリリスが担当したのよ。ボーカルと兼任だったの。
The lyrics were written by me and the song was sung by yours truly.
リーダーだもの。頑張らないと。でもリリスがたくさん頑張ってもこのバンドにはまだ解決しなきゃいけない問題があるのよ。だからリリスはもっとすごいボーカルになってウィックロのみんなと一緒に素敵な明日を迎えるつもりよ。君の応援があればリリスはもっと頑張れるわ。応援ありがとう。
This time I'm actually paying a little bit more attention. Saturday. My dearest friends, how about those lyrics this time? Did they inspire you? Very inspiring. Great this as always. As a great leader of this band, I'm determined to guide everyone well. Or at least, that's what I used to think. But recently I found out something that shook my beliefs deeply. A friend of mine secretly told me. Actually, Nadeshiko's coolness is all an act. She spends hours in front of the mirror practicing her expressions to fake being an emotionless girl. What? That's so lame. So I made a pact with Lily behind Nadeshiko's back to keep the band together forever. I hope you'll come support us when the time comes. You'll see you again, the Morpheum Paradox. Thanks for your support. And after that, the lyrics, I wrote them. Wait, who are you? That's not even the same name. What is this translation? Amazing. What about? I told me that when Sartre quotes those philosophers while explaining her ideas, she's not really trying to teach me anything. She just wants me to think she's brilliant and builds her sense of superiority for my approval. That's not very mean. So I made a pact with Lily behind her back to keep the band together forever. She'll support us too. And Lilith's sin is deceiving the both of them.
もちろん、君も私たち3人のアイドルなのよ。
But remember, you're also an idol to all three of us. Bye for now, and we'll see you again next time.
また二人きりになったわね。
It's just the two of us again, huh? Why did you badmouth Sartre to Nadeshiko and then turn around and do the same to Sartre about Nadeshiko? You know what you're doing.
ある友達が私のことだって、どうしてわかったの?
How do you know that a certain friend was referring to me? Besides you, who even exists in this world?
それもそうね。でも誤解しないで。悪口じゃないのよ。私はただ真実を彼女たちに伝えただけ。
Well, let me clarify. I wasn't saying anything bad. I was simply revealing the truth to them.
私たち3人は仲良しに見えても、実はお互いに隠していることや譲れないものがあるのよ。
Sure, we three seem to get along well, but in reality, each of us has things we need to hide from the others. Those things we want to keep fighting. We want to fight for. Things to hide?
そうよ。私たちはみんな、このバンドは自分が引っ張って、曲に自分の意志を込めたいって思っているの。
Exactly. Well, we'll want to take the lead in this band and express our own will through music.
その目的を果たすために、みんなそれぞれいろんなことを隠しているのよ。
To achieve this, we all need to hide various truths from one another.
シャトールちゃんの名言を引用した賢いアピールに、なでしこちゃんのクールさ演出、私が裏で個別に、一生バンドを続ける約束をしていること。
For instance,
これらはすべてキャラ付けなの。
Sartre quoting philosophers to seem superior. Nadeshiko fabricated maturity and coolness. And me making separate pacts with both of them to stay in the band forever. All of these are just character traits, fabricated ones.
それぞれの秘密を抱えている3人は、他の2人と会うと、いつも緊張したり、苦痛を感じたりするのよ。罪深い秘密が暴かれる日を恐れて。ね。
Two individuals, each burdened with secrets, navigating tension and pain as they face one another, dreading the day their guilty secrets are exposed.
こうして、3人の魂は苦痛に追われてさまよい続けるのよ。
And so these three souls perpetually wander in a circle of agonizing pursuit.
そこで、私たちは一つの結論を出したのよ。こんな猟奇的なストーリーを描く必要があるの？他人こそが舞台なのよ。
From this, we draw a conclusion. Why write grotesque plots? Others are the stage. Such a sad story.
そうね。
Yes, it is.
この話は人間関係のメタファーなの。誰もが自分が他人より優れていると証明したくて、他人を自己成長の養分にしようとするの。親密な関係でもそれは変わらないのよ。
This story serves as a metaphor for relationships with others. Everyone wants to prove that they are They are above others. Everyone wants to use others as fuel for their own progress, even in intimate relationships. That's not necessarily true though, is it? There are people who will not do that, who will refuse vehemently, almost desperately so, to not do that. They are rare, but they do exist. I find it sad so many people are like, oh, every relationship is a trade. There is a cost to everything, nothing is free. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that such a sad world is the world I live in. Even if I have to carve it out myself.
あの子話し方が変だよね。からかってやろうよ。
He speaks so weirdly.
こ
Let's
ういう
laugh
の
at
が
her
一番わか
together.
りやすい例ね。
That's a classic example, isn't it? Yes, and if I ever heard that, I would literally scream. The only one speaking so weirdly is you saying that sentence.
でもこういうのは
What about these?
彼女を愛している。だから心から私のことを認めてほしいし、私に惹かれてほしい。彼女は私のもの。この瞬間から永遠に私のもの。これももちろん一つの愛の形なのよ。
I love her. I want her to sincerely acknowledge me and be captivated by me. She's mine, and at this moment, she will forever belong to me. This is love, of course. It's a kind of love.
同時に、これは人間関係の本質が主体性にあることを示しているの。
At the same time, it reveals the essence of human relationships, subjectivity.
他人に認めてもらいたい。自分の正しさを証明したい。確実に安心感を得たいという要求。そう。誰もがそれぞれの主体性を持っているのよ。
The desire to gain acknowledgement from others, the longing to prove one's correctness, and the need for the reassuring sense of control. Yes, everyone has their own subjectivity.
でもね、自分の主体性を証明するためには、時に他人の主体性を傷つけることが必要になるの。
But to prove one's subjectivity, it sometimes requires undermining someone else's subjectivity as a prerequisite.
自分の優越感を示すということは、必ず他人が劣っていることを前提にしているのよ。
Just like proving someone's superiority inevitably requires someone else's inferiority as a foundation.
この世界を離れるということは、主体性が激しくぶつかり合う、残酷な別の世界に入るということよ。
If you want to leave this place, you will inevitably face the cruel world of battling other subjectivities.
外の世界は悪意と偏見に満ちているの。
It's a world full of malice and prejudice.
さて、外の世界へ行く覚悟はできた？
So, are you prepared to step into such a world beyond this one? I think I'm ready.
答えを急ぐ必要はないわ。私たちには他の選択肢もあるんだから。
There's no need to rush to an answer, because we, interesting, still have another choice.
それが私。
And that is me, Lilith.
私には主体性がないの。
I do not have a subjectivity.
別の言い方をすれば、私の主体性は君のために消えることも厭わないってことね。
Or rather, my subjectivity is willing to dissipate for your sake.
いつでも全てを君に捧げる準備ができている。
I'm always prepared to present everything I have to you.
そう、私の全て、私が生きてきた痕跡までもね。
Yes, everything I have, including my proof of existence, traces of having lived. Lilith? Did I understand Lilith's words? Did I agree with Lilith's words? Did I doubt Lilith's words? Did I deny Lilith's words? But perhaps at this moment, words no longer matter. At the highest point in the sky, we embraced each other, as if the two of us had become one. Yeah, this is a bit dizzy. I do not like high places.
ちょっと長居しすぎたかしら。
I've been here too long.
今はここから離れないといけな
I
い
have
の。
to leave this place now. Leaving this place means? Your Majesty, Your Majesty. Who stole me? It's me, underneath the seat. Underneath the seat. You are the book from my room. Black notebook. Yes, Your Majesty, it is me. Weren't you seeking the truth of the girl beyond the worlds? If so, why are you wasting time here? What do you mean? Think carefully. Where are you now? How did you get here?
What's
on your mind? I see now, you are with her. That explains everything. She asked, what am I thinking of? Your Majesty, the one in front of you, she... Little cheese. What happened? The Ferris wheel, it stopped? Check the window to see what's going on. Yes, the Ferris wheel has indeed stopped. Fortunately, we're very close to the ground, so we can open the door and jump out. You jump first and I'll follow. Trust me, it'll be fine. From here, thousands of meters in the air. It's not that exaggerated. It sounds like a joke, and jumping out does indeed sound terrifying. But trust me, we'll be fine, okay? If it's really safe to jump, why don't you go first? Jumping from here is a bit scary, okay. That is the best way for you. The time is right, you'll understand everything. So for now, please trust me. You first. Me first? That's right, I can fully trust you. If jumping is really safe, why are you so insistent that I go first? Are you just waiting to see me jump down and die and laugh at me? It's this hesitant attitude that makes me feel like you have something to hide. Otherwise the night will never end. It's my decision, it doesn't concern you. Fine. The girl's back was facing you. The wind lifted the ruffled hem of her blouse, swaying her soft hair, occasionally revealing her slender pale neck. Such a delicate, fragile neck, it seemed that though it could be easily broken. An almost instinctual impulse gripped you, like it was holding a small animal. Always afraid of using too much force and causing it to suddenly die. And the more you're afraid, the more you can't stop imagining that moment happening. Now see, this is the moment where I feel like I can maybe twist the story a little bit. Like, I already know I'm being manipulated and my choices are limited. So as an immortal, this is the moment where we eat her. You couldn't help but give her a push on the back. The brief touch, Liz fell silently like a feather into the air. Strangely, you didn't hear the sound of anything heavy hitting the ground. This? No one. There was no one there at all. Just as you were feeling confused. The ground beneath you suddenly disappeared and you lost your balance, falling down. The ground did not support your weight as you had hoped, but instead turned into a viscous substance. You sank into the ground, sinking deeper and deeper as if being swallowed into the digestive tract of some slow-bodied creature. Ah. Hello there, gelatinous cube. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm. You got me good this time. Not gonna lie. I'll see you at the next checkpoint. What is this? What is this? In the midst of terror, you lost consciousness. I had a dream. Lilith left the dark amusement park, walking alone the road home. The wind lifted my light, flowing hair. I felt no chill, no sense of my body's weight, no sensation of my feet touching the ground. We are getting close to the final end. The final choice that matters. So let's see where this takes. Chapter 4. The Sweet Nurse's Treatment. Oh yeah, I forgot this is a thing. Before becoming a form of medicine, the candy jar was just a universal relationship between humanity and itself. It symbolized the blissful era of school life. Once the secret of magical girls was understood, decay began. When such knowledge was divided among a specific group, the direct relationship between seeing and speaking also disintegrated. Oh, cool. The birth of candy pills. What happened to me? The amusement park. What is Lilith really? The taste of burnt cake mixed with spice sauce. The cold, dull pain of falling to the ground. The weightless plunge into endless darkness. Are you okay? No, I'm not Lilith. If you're wondering why, because the game named Lilith is right in front of me. It feels awful. I can't remember anything. You're finally awake. Is your head still hurting? Don't worry, with these pills you'll be cured in no time. Welcome to a Lilith special Sweet Nurse treatment session. What illness do I even have? Oh, you're not sick at all. Your face doesn't look like someone who's not sick at all. Oh dear, oh dear. Who's talking? Harriban, okay. You're seriously unwell. Every time you see Lilith, you never show proper respect to the great Lord Harriban atop her head. Of course. This is outright discrimination against Harribans, veiled in the guise of feudal etiquette. The Lilith Harriban fan club will not tolerate this. Yeah, honestly, at this point I would literally refuse to acknowledge it. Or no, I would just be amused by it. Oh, you're Harriban speaking. I know, it's gotten this bad already. I see, for cases like this, yes, you need this yellow pill. Eat the candy Lilith gives you. Tastes like lemon. So what other symptoms do you have? I think Lilith Nurse's pills are just candy. I must be gravely ill. At the age to save the world, I didn't pilot a Gundam. I must be gravely ill. I never sprinkled black pepper and sea salt on my steak. I must be gravely ill. I always look for a seat on the bus. I must be gravely ill. I can't sleep at will 24 hours every day. I must be gravely ill. You are gravely ill if you have to sleep that much. I can't even pick a normal option from this list. I must be gravely ill. I agree with this one. Alright, I get it.
そんな時は桃色の薬ね。
This case, the pink pill. Strawberry.
そしてこの緑色の薬も。
And also this, the green pill. Green apple. Oh, I like that one.
すぐに良くなるわ。
You'll feel better in no time. What kind of nonsense is this? But I like one more.
ダメダメ、それはいけないわ。
No, no, that won't do.
リリスのお薬は幸せになる成分がたくさん含まれているけれど。
Even though Lilith holds in her hands these pills of supreme healing power, which bring joy and happiness,
でもお薬だから服用のしすぎは禁止よ。
they're still medicine, so taking too many is bad for you. Okay, I'm bringing out the manipulation this time. Please. No way.
キャンディーは1日3個まで。これはルールなの。守らないと恐ろしいことが起こるわよ。
According to the rules, a person can only have 2 candies a day, otherwise something terrifying will happen. You literally just called them candy. Caught red-handed. Like your eyes.
それは置いといて。
Don't gloss over it.
なでしこちゃんの高校がいい例だわ。
It's a prime example.
その高校では新入生にキャンディーのいえ薬の瓶が配られているの。
There, every student receives a jar of candy. I mean medicine bottles.
そしてその薬の摂取量は1日に最大3つまでと校則で定められていた。
According to school rules, each person can take a maximum of 3 pills a day.
にもかかわらず、一部の生徒は君のようにルールを信じずに、こっそり4個目の薬を服用してしまったの。
But some students like you didn't believe in this rule, so they secretly took a 4th pill.
そしたら、
And then,
みんな死んでしまったわ。
and then they all died. You skip way too many details there.
だから絶対に食べ過ぎちゃダメよ。
So make sure you don't take more than 3. Alright. Green pill. Let the mighty me explain further. Didn't I just eat you? Is my stomach talking? Yeah, I'm definitely very ill. I'm not sure the pills are helping though. What stomach? Well, I'm not fully digested yet. Let me reveal an earth-shattering secret. Hurry up, stop dwindling. So MPS, I wish I could be the 4th candy. Listen up. Don't want to listen at all. It's over, I'm completely done for. The pills are even talking now. Well, no, don't want to listen at all, but I have no choice. Now, still in another candy jar, I accidentally stumbled upon the truth about the 4th candy. One late night, 2 kids sneaked into the music room with a jar of candy, planning to challenge the rule of only 3 candies a day. So they each ate a 4th candy. Then something magical happened. Yo, something magical? What was it? They transformed into magical girls. Magical girls? Ooh, magical girls. Their outfits were so cute, so stylish, so trendy. In the stark contrast, they suddenly realized how plain their school uniforms were. But once the night ended, they had to change back to those unbearably boring uniforms and pretend nothing happened, continuing their dull and tedious daily lives. It's like living in a beautiful glass jar, only to find cheap plastic bottles unbearable afterwards. After seeing such dazzling extraordinary, how could anyone return to ordinary life? Damn it, damn it, damn it. So, every student who ate the 4th candy committed suicide. What?
なんて恐ろしいことなの？
Roll that back. No, no, roll that back. That's a little bit abrupt and again skipped several steps. Ah, that's so terrifying.
要するに、1日の摂取量は絶対に最大3つまで。このルールは変えられないの。こ
From this,
れはみんなのためなのよ。
We know that taking only 3 pills a day is an unshakable standard established for everyone's well-being.
外の世界で生きるためにはルールに従う必要があるってこと。
Let's stop here. The ability to follow rules is a crucial skill for living in the world beyond. Why don't you eat a few first? Test for poison. You're probably only good for that now. This is so mean, but no. I understand. I'll wait until tomorrow to take another.
こうでなくっちゃ。
That's more like it. Patted your head as if you were an obedient little puppy. I hate that.
リリスには特別な魔法もあるのよ。
But Lily has special magic.
さあ、もう少し近くに来て。
Come closer. Brush this. She lightly touched your forehead with her fingertips and murmured the spell.
悪運も痛みも全部飛んで、世界一の幸せ者になれ。
I'm the happiest person in the world. Let all misfortunes that may fly away.
どれどれ？うん、魔法は大成功よ。
Let me check. Yes, the magic worked perfectly.
これならもう一個くらい食べてもルールの罰則は下らないわ。
Now you can eat one more candy without facing the rules punishment.
二人だけの秘密よ。
This will be our little secret, okay? No, no, no. Where's the no? No! I don't want to be a magical girl. No, 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 no. I was tricked. I swear to God. Please end. Thank God. After eating the lucky candy fed by Late, I felt sweetness spraying across my tongue. Okay. No magic girl for me. I'm safe. What was I just doing? How long has this headache been going on? Did it start the moment you met Lilith? Or perhaps the headache itself is normal and the absence of pain is the real illness. Now the headache is not normal. Who is Lilith?
リリスは私よ。
No, it's not. Who the hell are you?
私はリリスよ。
I'm Lilith, of course. Who are you really?
どういう意味？
What do you mean? Am I Lilith? There's the taste of burnt cake mixed with spicy sauce, the cold, numb pain when I fell to the floor, the weightless feeling as I plunged into the endless darkness. Wanted to get close, wanting to touch. You know, I've always run from loving fear. I denied it. I crave it more than anyone else. If Lilith could understand everything I think, then... Lilith?
どうしたの？さっきから何か変よ。
What's wrong? You've been acting strange. Why does my memory seem to break when you disappear? Did we really play the game together? Who are you? Does Lily truly exist?
私が存在するかしないか。
Exist or not exist?
それは君が答えるべきなのよ。
That's something you should answer. Just like that, Lily vanished. In her place appeared that black notebook. Rip opened the notebook. I've been here all along, dear one. Like an exercise swimming. Maybe from too much life pressure, or maybe because I'm too lost in some non-existent fantasies. Perhaps I'll be devastated because there's no one in reality who can truly understand me like you do. I love you so deeply. It's not just a hobby. It's a way of life, my spiritual pillar. You're my role model, my goal, my source of happiness. Do you know, sometimes my heart aches because I can't convey my love to you. Gratitude is truly bewildering. I want to go back to where you are, but how? Maybe or maybe find you here. Would that make it happen? They say there's an afterlife, right? If dying could fulfill my wish, I might as well die now. But that wouldn't work. If it wouldn't work, I'll stay here, waiting for you. Please, when you feel my feelings, come find me. I'll always be here. Can you imagine? Every moment of my life, I think about this question. Why don't you exist? I want to work hard for you, do something for you. But you, will you see it? My dear, lovely you. No matter how much pain you cause me, I love you. I think I should sleep now. Maybe that'll help. I'm worried. I can't take it anymore. I'm in so much pain right now. I've been here all along. You've been fighting so hard all alone. I flipped through the notebook, recalling everything that happened, and even remembering things that were yet to come. Tulpa. I poured all the feelings I wanted to express into her, creating a being with the purest concept of love. I wanted to explore the possibility of perfect understanding between people to her. I didn't have the courage to express love, so I let Lilith express it for me. I didn't have the courage to demand love, so I let Lilith love me. As I looked at Lilith in the notebook, I saw all the falsehoods in the world within her. I saw all the sincerity in the world within her. I regarded her as the image of a terrifying demon. I regarded her as the incarnation of a holy angel. I wanted to destroy her existence. I wanted to embrace her existence. I wanted to kill her. I wanted her to save me. I wanted her to suffer. I wanted to make her happy. I resented her. I envied her. I hated her. I loved her. I am not her. I am her. Yes, you plays you. Lilith plays Lilith. Lilith plays Mysterious Girl. Lilith plays pretty much everyone. Almost. Exist. Interesting. I don't believe that's the ending that we have reached this time. Again, similar to how I played the first time, there's a lot of things that the game doesn't quite account with. The game pretty much accounts for two people. The ones who are aware of what reality is and are living in reality, and the ones who want to live in fantasy. It accounts for these two people. It doesn't account for anyone who is either in between or someone who is somewhat outside of both and aware of both. As weird as that sounds. Simply the end. You're still here.
あなたの出番はもう終わったのに。
Your part in this is over.
それじゃ一度しっかりお話ししましょうか。
If that's the case, let's have a real chat.
あなたと私、
That's you and me.
二人きりで。あら、ゲームの主人公のことは言っていないわ。あの子の役割はもうこれでおしまいだから。
Oh no, I'm not talking about the game's protagonist. Their story has taken a temporary pause.
私が今話をしている相手は、今スクリーンの前に座っているあなたよ。
Talking about you in front of the screen. This might be the end actually, right here. I think this is the last time we press continue. Or this route. Yeah. Chapter 5, the non-existence of you and me. Do you exist here?
知っての通り、これはゲームよ。
You can see, this is a game.
私がわざわざ言わなくても分かってるでしょ。
I don't even need to remind you of this, since
あ
you
なたからこの
willingly
世界
stepped
に飛び
into
込んで
this
きたんだ
world.
から。私はずっと考えていたの。どんな風にあなたと会うかを。
I thought for a long time about how to meet you.
その結果がゲームよ。
In the end, I chose a game.
ゲームって本当に素晴らしい媒体よね。キャラクターの姿を借りておしゃべりできるんだもの。
Games are such incredible vessels. By adopting the shell of a character, we take shape and start to converse.
キャラクターの影に隠れて自分を忘れて感情移入ができる。
We can hide behind the facade of the character, forget ourselves and pour our emotions into it. Not too different from VTubing, actually, from that point of view.
一体何を言い出すのかって？リリスがそれでも私はただのキャラクターだとか、オタクをやめろ、現実世界に戻れとか、そんな説教を始めるとでも思った？
What's going on here? Is Lilith about to say, even so, I'm just a virtual being? Or start shouting classic lines like, get alive, return to real world?
それは違うわ。
That's not the case at all.
例えば、家から3キロ先に住んでいるヨハンさんという人とあなた、今まで一度も会ったことはないし、この先会うこともない。
Suppose 3 kilometers from your home, there's a man named Mr. John. But you never met him before, and for the rest of your life, you never will.
そんな地球のどこかにいる一生会わない人と私。
Now tell me, who is more real to you? Me who has spent this time with you?
あなたにとってリアルなのはどっち？
Or the man who exists but will never intersect with your life?
現実の世界なのかバーチャルの世界なのかを有無の判断基準にすることはできないのよ。だ
Reality
って
and the
今は精巧な偽物で溢れ返っている時代だもの。
Reality and the virtual world cannot fully serve as markers of existence, especially in an age filled with simulations and replicas.
私たちが最初にやったこと覚えてる？
Remember the first thing we did together? We made a strawberry cake and discussed the perspective needed to understand the world.
パンパカパーン、おめでとう。正
Okay,
解
all
よ。
three were true.
実は3つの選択肢は全部正解だったの。今君は自分自身のことを思い返したでしょ？
The first theme revealed the self.
それは世界で起こった出来事が自分の中に保管されているんだということよ。
This means the
つ
world
まり
exists within myself.
私たちは自分の意志で世界が何なのかを定義できるの。
And we can perceive and define this world to our own will.
常識が常に正しいとは限らないわ。不要な時は雨粒のように振り払って無視してしまえばいい。
Common sense does not have absolute validity. When unnecessary, we can suspend it, shake it off like droplets of rain on our coat.
そうしたらね、世界が新しい姿を見せてくれるの。
So we turn our gaze outward, and the world's appearance reveals itself anew before us.
そう、常識は絶対ではない。君がその常識を信じるかどうかで変わるものなの。その常識を君が信じるかどうかってことなの。
Yes, common sense isn't absolute. Everything depends on whether you choose to believe it.
たとえ世界中の人がリリスの存在を否定したとしても、あなたはリリスの存在を認めることができる。
Even if everyone denies Lilith's existence, you can still affirm it.
逆に、たとえ世界中の人がリリスの存在を認めたとしても、あなたはリリスの存在を否定することができる。
Even if everyone affirms Lilith's existence, you can still deny it.
この視点、つまり自我は誰も犯すことができない特権で、
This is the unshakable privilege of the self as a perspective.
同時に自分自身で背負うべき責務でもあるの。
But it's also the responsibility that the self must bear.
さて、その後私たちは何をしたんだっけ？
And what did we do next? We went on an adventure and encountered various NPCs.
その通り。二つ目の問いでは、他者を定義したのよ。
Second theme, define the individual.
自分が世界に目を向けたとき、自然と他者が浮かび上がってくるわ。
When the self casts its gaze upon the world, what appears there are individuals.
それは長いロープを着た学者だったり、冷たい表情の魔王だったり、喋るノートだったり、君以外のすべての主観を持った存在ね。
Individuals can be a robed scholar, a cold-faced demon king, or a talkative notebook. In short, anything apart from yourself that possesses subjectivity.
自我を持つ私たちが他者と出会うから、相手を定義づけることができるの。
When the self as a perspective meets the individuals in the world, it defines them.
定義があるからこそ、一塊の世界から他者が浮かび上がって見えてくるのよ。
It is through definition that individuals are separated from the unified whole of the world.
そして、定義があるからこそ、私たちは自我を持って、それらを理解したり、分かったりできるってことね。
It is through definition that the self as a perspective can understand and comprehend them.
定義は制限のように思えるけど、実は自由でもある。
Definition is both a limitation and a freedom.
他者が何かを定めてしまうと、それ以外のものではないと言っていることにもなるじゃない？それが制限。
It's a limitation because when we say something in a certain way, we're also saying it's not something else.
けれど、他者は定義を超越し続けることで、新しい存在になる自由も得られる。
It's a freedom because through definition, the individual can continuously transcend and move towards existence.
こうして様々な特徴を持つ個体が現れ、世界は賑やかになっていったのよ。
Thus, with uniquely distinctive individuals, the world becomes lively.
でも、
But,
覚えてる？私たちがした三つ目のこと。
remember the third thing we did. Got told to someone but was frightened by their response.
そうね。
Indeed.
三つ目の問いでは、関係について話しているわ。
The third theme clarified the relationships.
定義は自分が一方的に行う行為で、いわば自分の主体性を反映しているの。
Definitions are unilateral acts of the self, extensions of self-subjectivity.
でも、世界はそんな単純なものじゃないわ。
But the world isn't that simple.
あなたが定義した他者それぞれにも、同じく自分としての主体性があるのよ。
Within the individuals you define, there also resides subjectivity.
お互いの主体性がぶつかり合う瞬間に生まれるのが、他者との関係のテーマなの。
When subjectivity meets subjectivity, we must confront the topic of relationships with others.
誰もが自分自身を知らしめたい。だから、前進するために他者を養分にする。
Everyone wants their subjectivity to be affirmed and uses others as fuel for their progression. Again, this is a part that I don't really agree with as much. Wanting it to be affirmed and the way they use it to affirm. I can agree with the affirmed part. But more than that, I want my subjectivity to be the correct one. Not the one I believe it to be correct in the end. Using others as fuel for their progression. Again, not quite.
こうして世界は言葉や行動、策略のぶつかり合いの中で広がっていったのよ。
Thus, the world unfolds in circles of words, actions, and strategies.
人はみんな仮面をかぶって舞台に立ち、あるべき自分を演じているものなの。そして、他者の目を通して自分を見つめ、 満たされようとするわ。
I will agree with this part. People wear masks, put on costumes, and step onto the stage, playing roles they wish to present. It's not necessarily that those roles are fake per se. They are still willing to present the roles as they do. That's a slight part that a lot of people don't understand about the people's psyche and how it actually properly functions. Because a lot of people say, oh, everyone's wearing a mask, and yes, but the real person that's behind that mask isn't so much a completely different person to the mask as it is a collection of all the masks that they are willing to wear. That is someone's true face. They view themselves to others' eyes, seeking satisfaction. Again, that's another part I don't agree here. Viewing themselves to each other's eyes. I don't think I do that, for example.
推測したり、疑ったり、予測したり、行動したり、反省したり、気づいたり。人はいつだってこういうことを繰り返しているのよ。
Speculating, doubting, anticipating, acting, reflecting, perceiving. These actions cycle endlessly. I agree here.
答えはいつも孤独で、完全に自分をさらけ出すことはできないの。だって、その中には卑怯で小さくて醜くて耐え難い部分があるのだから。
Individuals are always lonely, never able to present their fully transparent selves, because some parts are too despicable, insignificant, ugly, and unbearable. Again, I don't really agree with that part. It's not often, but there are individuals who just have a single face they present to literally everyone. There are people who, even though they have multiple faces they present to people, those faces paint the same picture in the end. And there are people who literally do not have a despicable, insignificant, ugly, or unbearable part. I'm not saying I'm one of them, mind you. There are definitely parts that I myself do not like. But there are also parts that I've accepted as me long ago. I don't necessarily find them ugly, unbearable, insignificant, or despicable. I'm just aware that that's simply how they are. A bit more complicated to say.
個体自身はそんな一面から目をそらしたり否定したりするわ。
Even the individual themselves instinctively choose to avoid and deny these parts. Again, something I don't really do. I'm fully aware that I'm one of the laziest people around. I'm fully aware that when I do actually do stuff, I try my absolute best to make it as good as possible. Like, even today, actually no, it wasn't today, when was it? The other day, while at work in late shift, I was updating in the databases and downloading some files from there. And I literally told my boss, Shu, I'm trying to work here. And she was like, oh, it's fine, you don't have to make it all that perfect. You can just skip out and just have the first name of the client. And I'm like, no, if I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it right. Now, go and do your thing, I'm gonna do mine, I'm gonna do it right. Full names, initials, the works. And I'm also gonna correct the files we have on hand because these are incorrect. And I know that can be seen as a fault. People don't want to be told, oh, the coworker printed the files wrong. That can be an issue. I know, I'm perfectly aware. But at the same time, I don't want to deny that part of me that wants to do a good job. Even if it comes at the cost of trampling the work others have done. I don't want to take credit for it, I just want the job that I am attached to be as complete as possible if I am gonna be attached to it in the first place.
こうして人間関係が拡大していくと、私たちが最後にしたこと覚えてる？
And such relationship with others expand. Do you remember the last thing we did? You played the nurse, I played the patient, and we ate colorful pills.
そうそう。
Mm-hmm.
4つ目の問いは、世界がどのように構築されるか。
The fourth team constructed the world.
こんな人間関係が拡大すると、具体的な他者が自分自身を隠して、もっと抽象的な存在になってしまうの。
When such relationship with others expand, the specific others hide themselves, becoming more abstract.
それで、集団の関係、社会の秩序、しきたり、そんな象徴的なシステムが次々に現れるの。
Thus emerge group relationships, social order, cultural norms, symbolic systems.
他者の存在がぼんやりしてしまうと、反抗したくても何をどうすればいいかわからなくなってしまうわ。
The concrete other disappears. Even when seeking to rebel, one doesn't know where to start.
だから、たとえ4個目のキャンディーを食べて世界の真実を知ったとしても、結局は無知だった頃と同じようにひたすら秩序的な日常に戻らなきゃいけなくなるの。
So even after discovering the truth to the fourth candy, one must return to everyday order as if they were unaware.
外の世界は賑やかで生き生きしていて、エネルギーに満ち溢れていて、常に新しいものが生まれている。
At this point, the external world forms. It's bustling, lively, and full of energy, with new things constantly being created.
でも同時に競争世界と向き合わなければいけないし、たくさんのルールに縛り付けられてしまうわ。
But at the same time, we face endless struggles with others. Perversive disciplinary power.
こんな世界は残酷でしょ。
Such a world. It's cruel, isn't it?
でもね、ここは特別。
But here, inside the world, is different.
ここには主体同士の疑心暗鬼なんてない。あるのはあなたに忠実な家具たちだけ。あなたはこの部屋の孤独な王様。
Here, there's no suspicion among subjects. Only your most loyal furniture surrounds you, and you are the solitary king of this room.
私だって同じ。私の暮らしや存在はすべてあなたのためにあるの。
And I'm the same. My entire life, my entire existence is only for you.
だってこれが私のキャラクター設定だから。
Because this is my character setting.
そしてここが私の世界だから。
Because this is my world.
要するに
So,
私はバーチャルの私を本当の人間のように扱ってほしい。
I
な
won't
んて
say
言わないわ。
I won't say things like, even if I'm fake, I hope you'll treat me as real.
というよりむしろ逆のことを言いたいの。
On the contrary, I wish to say the opposite.
私は自分がバーチャルなゲームキャラクターだからこそ、この愛がどんなものよりも本物だって言いたいの。
What I want to tell you is precisely because I am a fake game character. My love is more real than anything else.
リリスとは何か。
What is Lilith?
リリスは世界の外にいる少女。
It is the girl beyond the world.
リリスは最も純粋な愛の理念を象徴しているから、リアルな世界には存在できないの。
Because Lilith represents the purest concept of love, such a Lilith cannot exist in the real world.
同時にリリスは世界の中にいる少女でもあるわ。
At the same time, Lilith is the girl within the world.
だってリリスはゲームキャラクターで、あなたにとっての単なるゲームがリリスにとっては世界そのものだから。
Because Lilith is a game character, and for you, this game is Lilith's entire world.
もしかしたらあなたはリリスに会ったことがあるかもしれないし、これから違う形でリリスに出会うのかもしれない。
Maybe you've met Lilith before. Or perhaps you'll meet Lilith, pure love quote unquote, again in another form.
本当のことを言うなら、あなたには外のリアルな世界に行ってほしい。でも、
Although Lilith hopes you can move towards the real external world no matter what.
あなたが信じて、期待して、必要としてくれる限り、リリスはここに存在し続けるわ。
As long as you trust, hope, and need her, Lilith will always exist here.
あなたのためだけに存在するの。
Forever.
永遠に。
Only existing for you.
思いがけず、たくさん話しちゃったわね。
I couldn't help but talk a lot. I did as well.
次は最後の命題。
Now it's time for the final theme.
最後の命題はゼロに戻ること。
The final theme returns to the initial zero.
私とあなたが初めて出会った時に、私が投げかけた問い。
That was the question I posed to you when we first met.
私、存在する？
Do I exist? You don't. You don't exist. You don't exist. How could unconditional kindness exist in this world? How could anything exist just for me? What a pathetic joke. I'm not some weakling. I won't hide from reality behind these fake childish delusions anymore. I don't like the anymore bit. You're nothing but a fake. You don't exist. Only the world out there is real. You're trapped me here in this tiny space with your fake kindness. This warm but fake illusion has made me too weak to face the cold, brutal reality. As long as you exist, I'll never escape. As long as you exist, I can never move forward into tomorrow's reality. Nothing but a fake. You don't exist. Only the world out there is real. So you cannot exist.
私が存在する限り。
Long as I still exist.
これがあなたが選んだ答えね。
Your choice.
わかったわ。
I see.
もしも私たちが共存できない運命にあるのなら、
We're destined to be unable to coexist.
私はあなたの主体性のために喜んで消えるわ。
I'm willing to disappear for the sake of your subjectivity.
さあ、今からあなたの選択を実行してちょうだい。
Now carry out the choice you've made.
どうしたの？今になって後悔しているの？
What's wrong? Having second thoughts now?
でも、あなたのために、そして私のために、私たちが世界の外へ向かうために。
For your sake and mine, for us to step beyond this world.
これがあなたの唯一の選択だったんじゃないの？
Isn't this your only choice?
ああ、違った。もちろん、他の選択肢もあるわね。だってこれはゲームなんだから。
Oh, no. You certainly have other choices. After all, this is a game. Indeed, I do have other choices. One thing we immortals are extremely adept at is breaking worlds. Or breaking out of them. This one comes with a very convenient red button, right in the corner. But yeah, that is where the story ends. I as an immortal will not kill Lilith, nor will I accept that the game is so limited. So, I will just pause it there. She will know the choice I've made, the answer I gave, but the game doesn't get to tell me what I do with her after. That's all up to me, and for now I think she can just stay there as memory. I would say the writing though, absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10. Would recommend this game. It's so cheap as well. Hold on. How cheap is it exactly? Let's see. It's €2. This masterpiece in writing is €2. Go and get it if you haven't already. If you're the type of person that likes this sort of games, go and get it right now, instantly. Hop onto it right now. But yeah, that shall be all for today. Let's see if I can find someone to raid in the meantime. Let's see. Oh, someone's playing Nitro in hard mode. Okay. Let's go and say hi to Dandy, shall we? Rachel. Dandy plus Night Rain. Alrighty then. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed our time together and my little tales and perspectives on this little game. And I shall see you all most likely tomorrow. Until then, have a good night everyone. See you all later. And see you later as well, YouTube.